And welcome back here to opening day of the 2018 season of the AVGL for CSGO. I'm Dust, and with me is Emode, and now we got a different little matchup for you. It's a couple of teams out of California. It is the Highlanders of UC Riverside taking on the Aggies over at UC Davis. You ready for some more CS there, Mr. Emode?
Yeah, I'm excited here for a little clash of California, C squared indeed, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun match here. Hopefully, it's a little bit closer than our first match.
First match was rough. Looks like they're going to throw a fake on B. We see 3 players gathered up here in B apartments. Actually, they could be going underpass. We're just going to do some type of A split. It's a little bit different. Usually you just kind of see smokes jungle stairs and they just rush out A ramp and palace and hit the A site. But these players coming through underpass, trying to cut off rotates in middle, could be pretty nasty. And yeah, they are going to try to come connector right now. But okay, Chris hasn't been able to get 1 kill. But the actually UC Davis is making it work. This is actually a pretty cool little tactic, Eli. I'm kind of curious what you think about it. We'll wait until maybe after the round's over, but I thought that was actually pretty neatly sketched out.
Yeah, that was just a pretty standard split towards the connector. It was greatly executed, however, and that's what made the difference. The timing there towards that connector players, I mean, they really had no chance. Now this retake is hard pressed here, but they're getting the frags nonetheless.
Yeah, they really are. It's already 2 players from UC Davis down. It's just X to C left here against now just Punchi, who's shouting out by Firebox, is biding his time, does get the 1 tap, but is running out of time. I don't think he's going to get this defuse. No. Ecstasy able to get him off of it. And there you have it. Like I said, it's a good execute from UC Davis. Usually you see, like I said, smokes like jungle and stairs, but they actually just smoked jungle and CT, and then they ran up connector. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that pistol round became close because of the post plant from UC Davis. They planted in that default spot, even though they smoked off the jungle. And they had that connector area. You're actually supposed to plant on the other side of that. So when you take that connector area, you can easily peek back into the site. That's what made that actually a 2v2 end up being that 1v1 scenario that got very, very close. And now UC Davis following up with a rush B here.
Yeah, a lot of utility come out, lots of flashbangs, no hesitation. They're running out with their guns out, and they're getting those kills with the MAC-10 and Galil. 2 kills already in their favor. Bomb is going down. Okay, Chris trying to flank through Catwalk. Smooth and Intense are going to be fighting from the market area. Intense with that Deagle, hoping someone will peek him from Van. He does get that peek, in fact. It's going to be Kazi. Does do a little bit of damage to him as well. Meanwhile, okay, Chris finally making his way up the Catwalk with the USP. He's actually done a fair amount of damage, and Smooth will now work with him into a crossfire to tap out Alex. And so now it's just 2 players left for the T side. UCR doing great work with these pistols. Really well done. Smooth with the quad kill. And they just moved like a unit and just isolated every single terrorist, and were able to make the round work for them.
Yeah, that was a great retake there. Great patience towards that market and that cat area. You saw them with the initial flash to get out the market, to get the entry frag, but instead of hunting down the cat guy, well, they actually allow their cat player to get involved. He's able to pick up a frag there, and then that retake with those 2 players set between that B platform and that van. Well, they're just poised. Yeah, nothing's really gonna happen there. So UC Davis, I mean,
it looks like it's so good for them. And they traded 2 for 1 in the early round, and they had all that utility pouring in. They definitely overwhelmed the B bomb site, but man, that retake was just really nice. Just good aim, good shots from UCR. They tied up the game already 1-1.
They're actually gonna surprise buy here with the Superman buy now. Those 2 AKs, we see that Deagle armor and the full utility here.
Yeah, indeed. They do have a pretty hefty little buy here on a couple of their players. And even JK, I don't know how some of these people's names are, man. This is kind of insane. But I'm just going to say JK. Does have the Deagle, no armor. So still definitely can pose a pretty good threat with that. We do see them just taking some mid-control, looking to split this A-bomb side, I'd imagine.
Good smoke here from Chris, though, and that's going to cut off that entire connector split. Ooh, but a great shot from Ecstasy onto Cat, and that's going to open up that connector area. And look at Jewel now. He cannot peek that whole middle area. And this is where it starts getting scary for UCR.
Indeed, they try to peek out into A-ramp, but CK84 with the Deagle puts it between the eyes of Intense. That will open up the A-bomb site, and they will go ahead and start trying to get this bomb planted. There is still one by Ticket, it's going to be Smooth, who could have maybe tried to peek out and stop this plan. There was no smoke preventing him, but he wanted to wait it out and wait for his team to begin rotating. As Jewel and Punchi are just now really starting to get in position, but it's too late. Ecstasy is pushed up way up close on market. It's an easy frag for him to cut off that rotation. And now it's just Smooth and Jewel. Jewel isn't actually in window room, tries to get the jump on Ecstasy, but can't land the bullets he needs. So now it's all on Smooth, the one who's been sitting in CT spawn basically this whole time just waiting. Will now just have to bow out and try to save this rifle, as their economy has been reset, which will put their money in tatters.
Yeah, round trading back and forth here very early on, and UC Davis getting the better of it as we are seeing a 2-1 scoreline. AM Smooth able to save that M4, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see another force spike coming out from the UCR side.
Yeah, it's one of those things where typically you see teams just kind of keep force buying until someone can win 2 rounds in a row, and then at that point you kind of do have to just tap out unless you want to put your money into disarray for the rest of it. So yeah, they will buy up again, but I imagine if UC Davis can pull this one over, at that point UCR would have to take a save. But for now, it's going to be kind of one of those scrappy beginnings as both teams kind of play economic chicken against one another.
Yeah, and a quick aggression towards the middle here from OK Chris, and unfortunately, no real entry frag as UC Davis able to repel that mid push. An intense going for the even up attempt, but a 3-on-4 is what they're left with in UC Davis with that mid control.
Indeed, Punchi tries to go in and avenge with that FAMAS. Good for 1, but Ecstasy quick to trade it, and so they do keep the man advantage here. The CTs are just split up 1 to each side. Jewel is kind of playing over here towards Van, watching Upper B Apartments. Smooth, actually going to try to get aggressive at Rampant. Oh my goodness, the 1D from CK84 was definitely on point. That's going to open up that A-bomb side. They can't really know that for sure just yet, and they want to make sure they kind of gather up and play this together. They have plenty of time. There's definitely no rush to do anything crazy, so they'll just kind of keep it calculated, working together. Jewel, they'll just kind of playing outside window room. Does have armor and a Deeg. That could be worth saving if I'm 100% honest, because you know how bad their money is. They won't really have anything this next round. At least a Deagle armor could maybe give you a chance to do some damage next round, but looks like he's trying to go for it for now. Those Molotovs might deter him, though. Like, trying to get in now is going to be tough. He just runs right through it. Oh, no, he's waiting him out. He's gotten 1 kill. He wants to go for this. There is a kit down by A ramp, so if he could run in, get kills, get the kit, maybe there's a chance.
At this point in the round, though, yeah, it would have been better if he just went towards middle. We know that there's rifles down in that area.
Absolutely.
And he would have been able to recover them, even pass one off to his teammate, or even give his teammate his Deagle, and have an M4 going into the next eco round. But attempting to go for that, especially after those 2 Molotovs really forced him into that situation, that's gonna be very costly here as we see the full eco come out. And wouldn't you want to have an M4 and armor on a round like this here, Dust?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it would have been way smarter to try to save something instead of just pushing in and trying to go for kills at that point. Regardless, they made their bed, now they have to lie in it. It's probably one of those dorm twin-size beds as well, not really the ones you like to see so much. So you see CK84 just watching for this push through A. He's caught on to it, gets the headshot on the Punchi. And they'll soon realize what they're up against. CK84 does eventually get the bomb, and we'll start running it to B. No one is going to be there, though. So this will be a pretty easy plant, and probably an easy round altogether.
Yeah, good response from UC Davis here. As soon as that contact was made, he gets the initial kill, sees 2 more. He's like, okay, there's probably at least a 3rd guy here. Three more people A. Let's head to B. We'll probably get 1 person. But they get the lucky draw there, and there's nobody in B at all as UC Davis. A clean round here as 5 people look to be kept alive at the end of this round.
Yeah, they look pretty solid to just roll over all these rifles and head armor into the next round. Also, a lot of utility even going to be saved. They didn't really have to use a whole lot to make this B execute work since they basically caught the push A and got a good read. CT's trying to see if they can get some exit frags here with these P250s. They do basically pour all the tears out into market, into CT spawn. And we do see Intense pick up 1, but the rest has been mocked up by 3 different UC Davis members. And so,
look at the money, however, on UC Davis. Now, Ecstasy above that 10K mark, CK 4.4, Kazi 6.6. Their money's fine. They're starting to build that economy. It's on UCR now at this point where they're sitting at $0, basically. The highest person with 150. It's on them to put a halt to this economy, and it starts right here with picking up this round.
Yeah, they really need this one. Intense is going to pick up the AUG right now. Don't really see that used a whole lot. Every now and then in the pro scene, you'll see the Krieg used on
Matt
T side.
just loves his Krieg.
Yeah, Shroud used to love it as well back when he still played for Cloud9. But other than that, it's just not something you see brought out a whole lot. in top competitive play. So we do see UC Davis just playing kind of a default, just doing some mid control through underpass and top mid. They do have CK84 and Palace for that option to try to work something out there and do some type of A split. Could also be doing a window boost. And okay, Chris actually runs out of window, so the window boost is definitely a real risk now. I think they did do it. Yeah, there it is. JK up there.
I think OK Chris will turn for it now. Yep. Ooh, but Jayco, what a great frag on there. Intense with the trade to even it up onto CK, but 3v4 connector and jungle given up to the UC Davis side. What's going to happen here? And a couple frags going the way of UCR. That's where it
Smooth
starts
and
to
Jewel
get
has
scary.
basically turned the tides of this round. I mean, it was a 4-on-3, and now it's a 3-2 in favor of UCR. Bomb has just been picked up, and oh my god, this position that Pucci has. No way Alex picks up on that. That's bomb down. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, just about. Ecstasy, definitely one of the top fraggers. He's 11-1 right now, but, trying to clutch this 1 versus 3, I think is asking a little bit too much. He's already been engaged from market. He knows he has to run all the way through B apartments to go get that bomb, just to even have a chance at this round, really, and Jewel's going to probably kind of slow him down. But he does get past Jewel, and he will run up here. He will be able to get towards the bomb, but can he get past the player? He does get the headshot, but like you said, time is not on his side. He has to run and hope that UCR players face him, basically, and give him kills, because he's definitely not going to be able to plant. And yeah, that's going to be it. Round over, and Jewel will actually
did he get the kill after time? Or before time there? No, it was after time. Look at the money. I'd like to say after time.
The thing is, they already had so much money anyway that I don't know if it really would have hurt them too much.
No, it wouldn't have hurt them too much, but at the same time, the buy-up would have been a lot cheaper than what it would have been. Like, he would have only had to buy up, let's say, $1,000 worth of utility versus, the $5,000 to spend in the gun. Do you see what I'm saying there? So maybe it would have been actually smarter to just say it. But it's not what happens here. And anyways, moving on to this round, we see that slow, methodical default UC Davis.
Yeah.
He's been running early on.
Yeah, a little bit more presence towards Upper B apartments initially, but they like to push underpass from what we've seen so far and just try to really clamp down on mid control from multiple angles. But there's some aggression at underpass from the CT side. It was okay, Chris, but Kazi was able to pick up on it pretty well. There's a few players that have definitely been lit up here on UC Davis, though. A lot of bleeding out players there, easier targets for the remaining Highlanders on the CT side here for UC Riverside. It looks like they are starting to see a little bit of a gather from UC Davis in the B apartments. A lot of pressure on Punchi to deliver, but he folds early.
Ooh, and is Jewel able to pick up? No, he's able to get 1-2. Ooh, intense recovering it all for him, and it turns it into a 1v2 now for Smooth here.
Ooh, Ecstasy though. Big peek with the AWP from Van. Yeah, well done. That is now 5-2 for UC Davis. They've reset the CT economy now twice already. So it's looking real rough right now for UC Riverside on their CT side of Mirage.
And a force spike coming in from UCR now, and that's just due to the fact that their money was completely reset. They were going to have to double save regardless. But I'd like to point out that if they had saved, I mean, we may have seen the Thymus come up earlier. AM Smooth probably would have been able to pick up an op as well. It would have been a different storyboard in terms of guns than what we see up for 1 round difference. A little aggression here towards the upper B.
Yeah, they're pushing upper B underpass simultaneously, and they've been able to get an equal trade out of it so far, and they're going to be able to get a gun out of it as well. That's Kunchi taking an AK. This does leave the A-bomb site very vulnerable, though, and UC Davis are definitely wise to that. They're rushing now. It's only Smooth here with a CZ. He'd have to multi-frag to really accomplish much, and he actually goes down completely for free. So A-side taken, bomb's going to get planted, but there is the retake coming in through CT spawn, stairs, and jungle all at the same time. Alex trying to fend off the CT portion of it. Does go down, but Ecstasy from Palace has found Punchi, so he keeps it in the advantage for UC Davis in this post-plant. And it's just okay, Chris and Jewel. No kit between them, so they need to work quickly. And there's one fast frag already from Chris. Looking for more, but Jayco is not going to allow it. Now it's just a 1v1. Jayco with the MAC-10, trapped over here at fireboxes, needs to just buy as much time as possible or find the frag. Either one will work. He'll get the headshot to do it. That's now 6-2 for UC Davis.
Yeah, good time play there by Jayco there from that firebox. And at the end of it, all. Jewel ends up spending his entire magazine trying to just get those jiggle peaks onto Jago. Ends up pulling out his USP, spraying that entire magazine. All Jago has to do is that point is just peek out wide, and that's exactly what he does. Picks up an easy frag. 6-2 is our scoreline here as we see the eco come out from the Riverside side. Wow. Can't really say that. Can't really say that.
Song.
Yeah, can't say that.
As we are going to see that same default really coming out from UC Davis. We've seen this pretty much every single round. CK84 always outside A, 2 kind of working top mid, 2, usually going to be working underpass. And to be fair, that's like a standard default for Mirage mid control, so that's just kind of taking a page out of the book on what's kind of the meta for this map as far as, and it's been a meta for the long time. That's how a lot of teams like to take mid control, is some type of underpass top mid combination with maybe 1 left B apartments, 1 left at A side.
Well, my personal preference, like from the days now going on 6 months since my last actual match, but my personal preference was going lower B, having 2 people top mid, have 1 person from top mid, flash you into connector. As soon as you get into that connector towards the top, fall back to A, run the A execute, and you already have somebody pinned towards that top connector to just come in and lurk at any point. So it's a nice little default that you can put into a strat there.
This little fake going on here from UC Davis in this round. They put a lot of pressure on A. Everyone's rotated, and they just run with the bomb with the remaining 3 players into B and plant. And the retake is going to be so difficult. They do have an op and Smooth's hand. Smooth also has 2 flashes, so that does give them a little bit of something to work with here.
The issue becomes now is exits, because that money on UC Davis' side, it's all but extinguished here. They are going to pick some up. Obviously, they'll be able to buy up into next round as they are looking like they will win this round. However,
I like this restraint from UCR. Like, they just decided to go find an AK, and obviously they picked up an AWP, so they're just going to save these guns and not actually try to go for it. I think they could have maybe tried, like, a 3-on-3 with a couple of flashes and some guns. You might win that, but not having a kit was a pretty big problem. Also, they were all at A sites. So they weren't really in position to go for the retake. It was going to take those extra seconds to even get towards the B side of the map. So I respect the decision to just kind of hold these guns.
100%. And now, with their buy round coming in, look back at the economy here. Only 2 people left on the UC Davis side really have any type of money in their pockets here. So if Riverside are able to pick up this round here, string together a following round, UC Davis have to go onto that eco, and this is a whole new ball game, Dust.
Indeed, as Chris is gonna see if he can't put that AWP to work. We'll be playing out towards middle. There is no smoke to block him right now, but he can't really spot Cap because there is one there at the midway. XTC will put a molly down and actually join his team, who's going for a heavy upper B push. Punchi did spot it, but he's been flushed out of position. He's trying to counter nade. He caught his pants down. CK84 able to take him out with the AK. Jewel, though, from Cap, DM4, really good rotation back. Gets a couple of kills, keeps his team in the hunt for this round. It's an even 3-on-3, but the bomb's certainly going to go down. But there's definitely a lot of high health players left here. They have some flashes and incendiaries. Yeah. This is giving them actually more time to set up as well for the retake. That took a little bit extra time to get that bomb actually planted. Ooh, that's a good Molotov. Blocks off one of the big points that they'd like to come through to make this retake work. And because CK84 has Cat, they know they need to focus all their efforts on upper B flank in this market area. So this utility is really just killing UCR. They can't even really get out. Finally, they use that smoke to jump out of window safely. But now they're down a man. But here comes the push through. Really good kills. It's all on CK84 now, actually.
1v1.
Indeed it is. He's got decent HP. He's trying to buy time. He's trying to throw some bullets down. Oh, the miss, though, from OK Chris. He had a chance there and kind of blew it. Now he's just jumping around. The dance is on, and CK84 wins it.
He saw basically the pouch, like the smallest pixel angle. He took the shot at it, but it wasn't enough of an angle to actually register the shot, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Dust?
Yeah, it's basically like if you spot the barrel of someone's gun around the wall or something.
Right?
Like, you know they're there, but you can't really shoot at it. It doesn't actually count as part of the hitbox.
And that's brutal, because as soon as he does take that shot, what happens, right? CK is able to know where he is, plays the time again, and that round's all but gone. Oh, rough round to lose. 8-2 here. UC Davis starting to run away with this.
Yeah, someone say you would hate to see it. Emo, I think, is the appropriate expression. A lot of people use it. It's pretty accurate in this situation, as, like you said, UCR didn't really have a whole lot to work with in this round. As the numbers are already dwindling, though. You see Punchy going to work here at middle. He's gotten a couple of kills, has an AK in his hands now. Could even go get this op, and op boom. Bro, you don't see that op boom around a lot. That is a throwback. That's like one of the original skins for CSGO, like way back.
Like the red
That
lamp.
is a vintage, man.
Look at this.
You know what the
Davis
vintage one, though, is
rotation.
for
This
real? Is
perfect.
that M4 Zebra. That's the vintage right there, dog.
I forget about that. I forgot about that one. Oh, man. Look at this rotation, though. They actually pulled UCR over so much that Smooth now, he rotated out all the way past market, and coming back in, he actually is going to have to find a position, and he's going to get caught in the middle of it now as the UC Davis explosion comes out.
Ooh, good work with the Deagle, though. He kind of dodges the flashes and peeks out just the right time to find a frag. Jayco will at least trade it, but this is giving Punchy a little bit of a window. A 1v2 that is winnable. He's got to work quick, no kit. He can pull out the CZ if he needs to. Close range battles are probably going to be what he's going to find. Good little smoke allows them to get out of the sight. Punchy trying to figure out what to do here. Starts walking in with the AWP.
Win this.
Definitely winnable. As he creeps around the bench side, just trying to check all of his angles and check every single little corner. But Jayco is able to get the jump on. I think maybe his shadow may have been showing.
Yeah,
Mirage is really big for that. There's a lot of shadows you can catch.
Well,
that
his
gives you,
gun
like,
also
the advantage.
right there around the corner. I probably peeked very early before his body just because of the way he was tight against that pole or the wall there. Nonetheless, UC Davis, I mean, 2v1, they closed it out properly. That was a good crossfire set because even if he did make contact initially, you saw that default planter. He was poised to just turn right onto him and pick up that trade frag.
Ooh, triple op setup for UCR. That's also something you don't see every day. Usually ill-advised to be going for this many snipers, but I guess when they're down this much, maybe they just feel kind of desperate that they need to just try something. Maybe one op at each site, one at middle, let's go. They'd even do a boost at Cat as well. This could be really dangerous for Alex. No way Alex expects this. And there is the opening blow coming from Jewel, putting that crafty position to use.
Nice nade here. Ooh, but the way it bounces. No damage whatsoever. A little bit more right, and that's a 50 damage nade for free. A little far to the left, and Jayco gets out with nothing. A little molly damage there towards the end, though, Anto.
And the triple ops are still out and fierce, and Punchy actually get the headshot onto Kazi, so it's looking a little bit rough for UC Davis in this round. They're already down to a 3-on-5. The one thing is, though, if they can actually get into a site, the odds can actually be at a severe disadvantage trying to retake. So there's still a way into this round, it feels like, for UC Davis if they're able to actually get into a site against these ops. It would be really difficult for the, UCR to deal with that. So they're actually going to now elect to go A, it looks like. Bomb's still down T-spawn. CK84 is waiting at ramp. So it seems like A attacks in the cards.
And with Intense playing this aggressive A spot here, well, if he goes down, they have a connector smoke. It's very doable here from the UC Davis side. And there it is. 2 frags instead going their way.
Indeed, they have a smoke on connector as well. Trying to attack from jungle, but look at Ecstasy coming through with their own smoke. Gets the kill, but it's in a 1v1. He's got a plant now. I think he got there just in enough time. He will get the plant. He's up against an opper. He's crossing over towards CT. He doesn't really have the info yet. Oh, the timing there. He's able to cross back into CT spawn just as Punchy started coming up connector. And now he has an angle where he just needs to listen. He needs to see if Punchy is going to make a noise. Punchy trying to be as quiet as possible, sneaking, clearing every single little angle. Yeah, he is running out of time. He does have the kit, but that's why you need to get on the bomb as quick as possible and tap it and like force the T to show himself. Right now, you're just playing a guessing game. You're checking everything, and you're running out of time. As you said, not much time, but he still gets the kill anyway.
Why are you peeking?
I don't know, Ecstasy. He wasn't on the bomb. He didn't even tap the bomb. He didn't have to do anything. He had to sit there. Why did you do this?
Oh no. Oh no. Learning experience. Learning experience.
That's Clutch 101.
When you hear
School
that
him. Give him a
10-second
lecture
volume,
right now.
come on. Which I hope he's playing with, the 10-second bomb timer.
All right, lecture him in Clutching 101.
I mean, it takes 5 seconds to defuse the bomb. He hit the 10-second bomb timer, and he hadn't tapped it yet. What does that tell you?
There you go. That's your homework for today.
I want a 2-page essay.
Due next week.
Oh, that's rough, man. I hate to see rounds lost like that. Just simple mistakes that can be fixed. Nonetheless, though, here comes this fast beat from UC Davis. They're not stopping.
Oh no, there, no hesitation, just running it through. A couple of kills though
Oh my
from
God, I love
UCR is
this.
really slowing this down. They are getting into the site, and Jaco has a chance to finally clear things out and at least get this bomb plant going. Good smoke grenade on window will stop that from being a retake point.
No.
But how does Jaco still alive? That's crazy. Punshi trying to come through, does get a couple of kills in the end, and they do make the retake work. UCR, they are getting some rounds on the board. This will actually be their second round in a row. This is the first time they've won 2 rounds in a row, actually. Every other time they've been reset.
Yeah,
So
look,
we'll
the
see if
money
they
on
can keep it
UC
up.
Davis too because of that. They're gonna have to go onto that force buy, maybe even an eco, and that's gonna allow UCR to hit possibly a 5th round. And if that, I mean, that's a salvaged half as far as I'm concerned. What looked like a UC Davis running away, maybe an 11-4, 12-3, ends up coming to possibly right now a 9-6, 10-5 kind of scoreline.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like it's going to be a little bit of a closer game than maybe it once appeared because of how some of these last couple of rounds have played out. Like you said, kind of saving for next round, basically saving for last year on the UC Davis side. Do get a couple of upgraded pistols, but don't really invest too much into armor or utility, so they're really just going to rely on trying to land some shots and maybe get a bomb plant at the very least, just to get a little bit more money going into the next round. Make sure they can make a full buy, get everything they could possibly want. That's what they're looking for here.
Punshi's by himself though, so they can actually get into the site here if Punshi's not able to. They don't check. Oh my God.
Oh, he only got 1 out of that. I thought he would
Yeah.
definitely get more. He was even being patient, trying to have that trigger discipline and wait. And now UC Davis are getting a couple of kills. They actually have him to a 3-on-3. Ecstasy, the one guy with armor, actually does have an AK now, and they get the bomb planted. So
Oh no.
it's now no longer a foregone conclusion that UCR were going to take this one. Now they're actually really going to have to work for it. They do get a kill on CK84, who's trying to be a little bit aggressive on the smoke. Ecstasy, the one guy with an AK, has already found a couple of kills. He's definitely been the top player for the bulk of this game. Will he keep it up as Intense comes around, spots him out, gets the kill? It's now a 1v1. He spotted Jaco up top. Jaco trying to hide, trying to get a little bit more time. Intense will push in, and he'll push into the deagle of Jaco, and Jaco will be accurate. And yeah, let's just talk about this for a second. Ecstasy has 24 kills in the 14 rounds played, so he's definitely on a heater.
100% in UC Davis. What an eco there. Only one person with armor, and they're able to pull off that round. Unfortunately, due to the fact that UCR decided to play only one person B on what could have been a force buy or an eco round. Very unfortunate here for UCR that looked like they were coming back into it. That 11-4 looking very possible as we head into the last round of this first half.
Yeah, they didn't really get to save up a whole lot of money in those 2 rounds that they won. I mean, the last round they won, they survived with 4 players, so they didn't have to do a lot of rebuying in that one, but even still, you know, being reset 3 times throughout the half, as well as one of the rounds they won only, you know, survive with 1 player. So definitely slim pickings here, but they do at least have 1 op and some SMGs, so might still be able to get something done, as we do see a pretty heavy execute coming in here from UC Davis, wasting no time at those typical 3 smokes out. Bombs already being planted by Alex as we speak, and so it's all going to come down to the retake, really. Smokes are still up, so UCR kind of has to just wait those out, but now Alex has a Molotov to throw as well that could continue to block off CT spawn from being able to try to make a retake work. Now you start seeing the pushes come in from jungle and connector, but Alex, Jaco, and company are finding the frags just fine, and so UC Davis does want to take in the half 11-4.
Yeah, that was a standard A execute, except, I mean, UC Davis, they wanted to frag out on them, and that's exactly what happens. You don't see those re-smokes towards that connector in the post plant. They essentially let them go, and everybody's holding for a fight there. They know that the UCR side's low utility. Why give them a smoke angle to play around? Great little decision there from the UC Davis side, and that's going to get them their 11th round. Starting on CT side here, I mean, we need to see UCR take that pistol round and start running away with it. UC Davis taking the CT pistol, making it, if they convert, say, on the following 2 rounds, we could see that 14-4 scoreline very easily.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where, you know, UCR can't afford to lose a pistol. Like, pistols are always considered very important because they set you up economically, they get you that early start, they give you some rounds to work with, so there's certainly a lot, but you know, if the score is like 9-6, 8-7, at least like losing a pistol doesn't like completely ruin you. Whereas if you're down like this and you lose pistol and you can't force buy back, like you said, the game's already almost over at that point. So this is where the pistol round becomes even more pivotal. When you're well behind going into the second half, you've got to find that.
And as the players getting readied up here, waiting on the final two, I'd like to believe that, I mean, UCR don't believe they're out of this. It was a couple rough rounds. They showed a lot of life in the rounds that they did win. So I'd just like to see them start off that T-side with that pistol round, make a game of this first map here, because it does look like they have the talent.
Certainly have seen a couple of their players pop off from time to time. Certainly Poonchi was pretty consistent. Decent work from Smooth and Jewel at times as well. So certainly they did. I mean, they kept up frag-wise for the most part with like the bulk of their opponents. It's just that like Ecstasy and Jayco have kind of just skyrocketed past everyone else in the server as far as frag count. But we'll see if that carries over here into the pistol round, as we'll wait and see just how UCR wants to approach their pistol. A little bit of a fake, maybe? Or it could
I think
be that
they're
same
about to run the exact same strat, yeah.
that we saw last game, yeah.
Yeah. The difference is they're being heard right now, because they're plowing right through it. So look at these top mid guys here.
Oh, that's a nightmare. These guys are top mid. Ecstasy just teeing off with the USP. 3 quick one-taps there. And so now there's just 2 terrorists left, both trying to hit A from Palace and ramp. But CK84 under the balcony will deliver the headshot to Smooth, leaving Poonchi all by his lonesome. A lot of time to play with, but all he's got's a Glock and a couple of flashes. And Jayco's already on the flank as well, so he's going to get pinched in pretty soon. He's got to make a play. Tries to push in. Ecstasy goes for the chase, and Ecstasy is now just 1 frag away from dropping that big 30 bomb.
He's probably going to hit it. I mean, they need 4 more rounds. Ecstasy, first match of the season, first map of the season, getting a 30 bomb. That's exactly where you want to be. That sets the tone for the rest of the season, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely going out big your first game is certainly a great way to kick things off here for the opening of the 2018 season here of AVGL. UCR does go for the force buy. Scout in the hands of Jewel. A couple upgraded pistols out there. Ecstasy goes down. That's huge. That's the top frag in the server already out of the equation, so that could maybe open up something here for UCR.
Another frag now, and we're down to a 3-on-5 here.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Well, maybe. Depends on what UCR decides to go towards here, as it does look like that B site's what they're opting for, but look at the stack. Out of the 3 players, we're seeing the 2 UC Davis players.
Even 84 is already making his way over. Like, they're just gambling on this, it feels like. Like, guys, we'll just give up A. We know our best chance of winning is gathering up together. If we have to play retake, so be it. But Intense has a nice little angle here with the Deagle, works his way and doesn't spot that Van player, though. And Kazi is hiding here at Van. They come out upper B, and they don't clear him properly. He could multi-frag, and that could get his team right back into the round as Poonchi will lead with the Deagle. Does get spotted by Kazi, though. That's already 1 down. But we do see Intense wrapping around the site. He goes undetected with the Deagle, sneaks around, takes out 2. That's pretty much the round. It's only CK84 left. He's in market already. He's thrown a nade at Intense and done some damage, but he's taken some himself. And he can't get past that 1v4. It will be the 5th round going to UCR. What in the world happened there on the site?
Intense. I mean, that lurk right there from him, that was everything there. As you saw the kill go the way of UC Davis towards that upper B, so they end up getting those 2 people who are gamble stacking in that site. Their attention's pinned on that site. They know it's coming towards them. And Intense with that flank around through that market area. And I think you said this earlier, and I'm going to have to say it now. You hate to see it.
You really do. Intense just like was patient up catwalk. I remember seeing him kind of peeking the van angle from catwalk early on. And it's just like because he slow walked the whole way and people from UC Davis were just kind of hiding inside the site. They just didn't have any vision on what was going on. They were so focused on upper B that Intense was just able to come around undetected. There was no one market even like kind of watching for it, so it was just too easy. And now you see UC Davis on a pistol armor buy. They're stacking B. They have a pop flash set up with Jayco. So if it's actually a B attack and his flash is effective, this could get scary. They're running right into the stack and they don't even realize it yet.
Oh no!
Oh no, that boosted position. It's gonna peek out, get a kill. All the pistols are chiming in right now for
1v2.
UC Davis. Punchy, like you said, 1v2. He has an AK, he's got head armor, has a chance here, has some time to work with as well. The problem is the bomb's down in the site, so he can't, you know, fall back or throw any sense of doubt in. He has to stick around and just fight his way through this. He will jump up on Van. Ecstasy spots him with the deagle, gets the kill, and there is that 30 bomb.
Trading rounds back. Did he recover the AK? Okay, good. He recovered the AK. I thought he was going to get the MP9 there. It's like, what are you doing? But 30 bomb, like you were saying, 4 Ecstasy. Also 13th round for UC Davis. And once again, the halves start off with those round trades. Is it going to continue here, or will UC Davis, just like the last half, end up stringing it together and then closing out this match?
Yeah, again, we're having like a scrappy beginning to this half, just like we did last half, where both teams are still fighting for economic control. However, if UC Davis can win this round, they'll go to 14, and the money would be so bad for UCR. The problem is, I feel like UCR is like kind of in a 4-spot to survive scenario now. They can't really afford to save a round, because then that just gives UC Davis match point for free. So they need to find a round that works for them, and this one so far could be just that. They've already gotten a couple of kills. They have CK84 pinned down at Ticket. He does get the kill though anyway. But no, Jayco makes the classic mistake of crawling through the murder hole. That's why they call that murder hole, man. It's a rough spot to be in.
Actually, I figured out a little way to get through that without dying.
Okay.
Yeah, a little flashbang trick. Has to do with a little bit of sound cue. It's pretty cheeky.
I feel you. Bomb is going to get planted here. UC Davis' CK84 is actually boosted up by Kazi right now, trying to see if he can catch anyone crossing around the back of the site. No one's showing themselves, though, here. So this 2v4 retake is looking pretty unlikely. They don't have a kit or anything either, so I think they're just hoping they can catch a frag on someone.
Back and forth.
Winning's not gonna be in the cards for them. I mean, like you said, it is still back and forth. Still, no one's gotten real economic control of this half yet. So UCR might be able to slowly kind of weasel themselves back into this game. Getting around like that certainly goes a long way.
Alrighty here, and once again, will we see a force buy up? Who's gonna save first? That's the question. And it's not gonna be UC Davis. Force buy right back into it here.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna stop them. Ooh, Alex.
No, if they lose this round, they probably would have to stop. What's that?
Alex is sitting at 3-15.
You hate to see that.
That's rough.
It really is.
Look at this push through the halls here, and once again, they're going to go right into these UCR players.
They're not pushing all the way, though. They're just kind of holding angles right now. Jayco may eventually peak with the Deagle, but this is definitely a really big trap that has been sprung in Palace. If UCR goes into this, like, they would be in for some real trouble. Like, these are some tricky angles to clear. And here comes OK Chris coming around the corner, is able to, with his teammate, clear out Palace. Punchy a part of that. Ecstasy, though, elsewhere saw a couple of kills. And he gets an AK for his troubles. Now he's coming through connector. He's finally crossing the site. Great shot from OK Chris, though. Silences the beast. Gives him a chance to plant this bomb. But the health's kind of low on a couple of these players. There's still room, maybe, for UC Davis to get into this round.
Now Kaz coming up through the spawn. Oh, he eats the flash. Great flash. Coming into that spawn just as Cassie would have picked up that kill now. And with that 1-on-2 taking place, you see these UCR players. Nobody's peeking. They're playing the post plans perfectly. And that is it right there. Another round going this side of Riverside. God damn, it's like, you know, like, you
tell me more.
That you, like, over the last 6 months, there's certain things I've gotten used to saying. And I never thought it would get in the way during AVGL. I'm going to have to contact someone at Riverside and let them know that this university name is affecting my casting right now. You think they'll buy it? You think they'll buy it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they'll buy it. I don't
Give them a tweet. Give them a tweet. As 13-7, UC Davis doesn't really have any money. They do give the AK over to Ecstasy, understandably so. He's almost double the frags of anyone else in the server. So might as well go ahead and give him the best chance to try to make something happen with the team. Will push Palace and gets a kill. Keeps it even. Bomb's actually coming up A ramp right now. Ecstasy might be able to cut them off from Palace with the AK, but actually he's just kind of waiting patiently, waiting for his team to start rotating. But Alex has already been caught inside jungle. There's 2 members flanking, though, with pistols to spawn, so this could get kind of interesting.
Now, the question is, did Smooth hear anything? It doesn't look like he did. So, as these players group up now towards that spawn area, Ecstasy actually gets them another rifle.
Yep, so they'll just save these 2 AKs.
Get out of there. I'd like to see Ecstasy maybe hunt a little bit more, just because the money on the UCR side isn't the greatest, but at the same time, neither is the UC Davis side. So,
Yeah,
opting for, you know, just saving that AK, not a bad choice either.
Yeah, they are doing pretty rough as far as money goes, but saving these 2 AKs will go a long way, especially with the 3-round loss bonus coming in. Everyone, even without 3-round loss bonus, is already kind of hovering like in that mid 2K range. So they'll have plenty to work with in this next round. They can start working on trying to close this game at this point.
Okay, and let's see what comes up here for the UC Davis side in terms of weaponry at. And I was expecting to see that op. I wasn't expecting to see it on Ecstasy. As we all know, the op does slow you down just a slight bit, right? We do see aggressive oppers from time to time. But I feel like Ecstasy, you put a rifle in his hands, he's much more effective.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more flexibility when you have a rifle in your hand as opposed to the op. Because we do have 4 players at middle here for UCR, so really putting a lot of resources towards getting mid control. They have Smooth sitting outside A, so easy to believe they want to split A.
Well, a good first kill there, and that's going to drop the bomb towards bottom connector. We have Alex playing on it. Is he able to get his 5th frag there? No contact as he does get smoked off and he plays towards that jungle, but UCR have full mid control right now.
Indeed they do. Well, they haven't been able to get anywhere with it, and they're actually all kind of retreating off of mid. And because they've been in mid for so long, they don't really even have any presence toward B apartments. So they don't really know if anyone's been aggressive. They have to be careful, kind of clear all their angles. This could make you work a lot slower than you'd want to. It's always scary when like you get control of something, but then you have to fall off of it, and you don't have any information anywhere else on the map. Like you're just flying blind the whole way.
And the issue is nobody's actually re-aggressed from UC Davis, so they are getting a little bit of luck here on the UCR side, but that Molotov's once again too deep, and that's going to allow the UCR players to get out. That B side's open for business, and we're down to a 3-on-3 post-plant scenario here, Dust.
Indeed, the bomb is going to go down from Jewel any moment inside the site. Punchi is holding by ladder room, so he's kind of trying to cut off cat rotations. Meanwhile, Intense and Jewel inside the site will have to just hold off for the main brunt of the retakes coming from, which is going to be the market. Oh, he misses the Molotov. It lands inside the site. That's huge. That could have stopped them from pushing out a door. And now they are given the space to get out and start working this retake. CKD4 already with 1 kill. Now a lot of pressure on Intense. He's all alone in the upper B apartments. He's gotten a couple of kills, but now he has to worry about Alex, who is no kit, though. He's just sticking the long defuse. Intense, is he going to peek out or not? Like,
oh my gosh, you got off of it.
Alex, make a decision. You don't have a kit. You just got to stick it. Oh, no. That's a fumble. Ugh. It looked like he might have gotten it, too, because it doesn't seem like that guy was going to peek him.
UCR making that comeback real here. I was expecting UC Davis to just continue on this momentum, on this pace that they developed in that first half. But
do you think they're just sandbagging so Ecstasy can get up to like 50 kills?
Ooh, I hope not. That's so BM.
I doubt it's the case.
I forgot what I think it was a basketball game that somebody like BM just to hit that point button.
Yeah, I don't know. Full eco here for UC Davis. UCR having no trouble dealing with it. They're going to put this to 10 rounds, so that big lead that UC Davis had is gone. I mean, remember, these guys
evaporated.
At one point were up, what, 12-4? Then they were up 13-5. And now it's a 4-round winning streak from UCR, and 5-round winning streak now, excuse me. So yeah, it's gone from 13-5 to 13-10. So I feel like the pressure's starting to get on UC Davis a little bit.
Yeah,
like
it's
still not scary, but they're definitely running out of lead.
Coming out here from the UC Davis side. Not necessarily to, you know, hey guys, what are they doing? But just to freeze the side of UCR that have started to develop this momentum going into these last few rounds where the UC Davis players, they're not even able to frag out right now.
Yeah, I mean,
What is this
like,
smoke that Kazi's
Ecstasy's
throwing?
got to just carry even more, it feels like. The
What
frag
is...
distribution on the other side is way more even.
Kazi missed his upper B aggression smoke.
Oh, UCR going to capitalize. Though we do have J-Kill and company actually fighting back.
Okay.
Kazi chiming in. They actually get the bomb down as well here over towards Underpass. And they have a man advantage, but CK84 is so far away. He's not even really in this round. He begins to rotate, though. And I think they know they have bomb down. That's why they keep holding these angles.
Yeah, they do. They do. They obviously found that contact, that kill on the bomb carrier. And now down into this 2v2 fight that we're about to see.
Because CK84 is rotating in the B side, he can now watch
Actually,
that. So now they can just both focus on upper, which is
now
great.
it'll be a 2v1 pretty much now. Okay, a 1v1 now towards the upper B, and this is where it becomes more of a, hey guys, we should probably just give them bomb here and maybe just play a passive. We're getting down to that low time mark.
Yeah, it is a real idea to have at this point. The bomb is collected. Now they're retreating. CK84, if he can go middle, he might be able to cut them off. But they've already made it into T-spawn, but CK84 is in middle. Kazi pushes through, realizes bomb is gone, realizes no one else is here. This will give CK84 even more confidence just to go ahead and make the rotation, the connector, and be here for when they try to start planting the bomb in the A site.
Yeah, Kazi now flying through CT spawn here. If CK can even get maybe one frag,
that'll be enough.
There it is. Huge. And he does end up getting a second. Time wasn't even in their favor there, actually, as they moved into the site. CK picking up that kill with 3 seconds left. That means that, honestly, the bomb wasn't even going to have that much time, even if he, did 70 damage. So, UCR running down that clock to that scary point, and it's going to cost them as UC Davis get closer to that match point.
Absolutely. Just a couple away from locking up the first map in this best of 3. See if they can do it. UCR trying to fight back. They do have still a nice full buy in this round, including an AWP in the hands of Jewel.
Watch Kazi right now. Oh, he keeps missing this upper B smoke. I love the effort, though.
A for effort, A. As we do see that this is appearing to be some type of A split.
From there either. That's the thing. That's the hilarious part. It's like he's reinventing the meta. There's like 3 easier ones, but he chooses that one. Some people love making it a little bit difficult, but that's what college is about. Learning.
There you go. Tying it all in. So you do see an execute about to be knocking on the door of this A bomb site. Ecstasy, though, is one of the guys here with an AK, and he's been so damn good. Meanwhile, CK84 with the late push. Palace catches Smooth off guard. That is not something you usually see. Usually there's a Palace which is going to be early. But he comes in late, catches him with his pants down, gets him out of the equation. And now it's a full man hit on A, but all 5 CTs are here, and they have Palace control. Like, this is going to be ridiculously difficult to break through. Intense does get behind a player here through connector. They're getting a couple of kills. They got it back into a 2-on-2. Not too shabby, but CK84, he's hiding really well up here. Bombs down for right now. They step out. He gets the headshot, but he pulls out a flash. That's an easy frag now for Jewel, who now isn't a 1v1 with the AWP. Yeah, he's got to be quick or to get this bomb and get it working. If Kazi can just buy time, that would be great. He's trying to go for the plant. Kazi, I like this. He doesn't even go for the spam. He just wants to get here as quickly as possible onto Jewel. He's going to catch him while he's trying to jump on the box. Really well played by Kazi, in my opinion.
Yeah, great 1v1 there. He knows that at that point, with the clock running down to that point, he has to stick it. Okay, yeah, maybe he could have faked, but that's a really bold decision. Because what if Kazi doesn't even peek, right? He gives him the free round. So he does go down for the bomb plant. Kazi, instead of, doing the, I'd say, egotistical, maybe cocky type of, let me try to go for a spam kill, well, he's going to take full advantage of time and just push out around him for the easy kill.
Yeah, I really like that he did that, because if you try to go for the spam kill, you're kind of leaving it to chance. Whereas you can guarantee yourself a sick timing if you just use the bomb plant to your advantage to get close on your opponent. Especially when you know he has an AWP. Then you're really increasing your chances of winning the round. So that was just really smartly played. And now we could be looking at the last round of this map. UC Davis just 1 round away from locking Mirage up. Looks like it's going to be a similar type of A split coming in here from UCR.
Going to be connector split here, and it's actually going to work very well as look how many people are looking towards that A site. Alex can get shot in the back. And here it goes. A site open for businesses. UCR moving in.
Yeah, really good execute here. Good utility usage. But the site just tees up 3. That's crazy. It was looking so good for UCR, but now the bomb's down in A site. They saw they were trying to go for a B flank with OK Chris, but now they need him to just attack back into A site. But look at this. Everyone has their back to CT spawn. Okay, never mind. XC's coming to check it. He does die. At least he gets the intel. But now it's even back up into a 2v2, so it's starting to get scary again for UC Davis. You see Kazi trying to just play inside the site. Let's see KD4. They're just hiding, trying to bide their time. Now we do see Kazi begin to peek out, does get the kill, and they work together to lock it down. 16-10 for UC Davis. It is going to be the good old Aggies taking down the Highlanders here on Mirage.
Yeah, and it got very scary towards the end there for the UC Davis side as we saw UCR mounting that comeback, but in the end, it is the UC Davis victory. And shout out to Ecstasy. Great game from him. Can we get a frag count on how many frags he ended with there? I didn't actually get to see before the
I think it was like in the mid-30s.
Okay.
I didn't get an exact number either. But I think it was like in the 35-36 range. Yeah, he was definitely working on it.
I mean, at that point, it got a little bit scary. At that point, it's like, guys, don't worry about me getting the 40. Let's just close out this match and go home.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
UC Davis, they do pick up map 1, and we do have map 2 coming forward, which should be, I believe, Train?
Yeah, it seems to be the case.
Alrighty.
But before that, we're going to take a quick break. Before we do, though, guys, please do make sure you check out one of our great partners who helped make this tournament possible. It's over at Respawn, leading gaming furniture company, giving you some great chairs at an accessible price point, lots of options, really cool stuff. We're using them right now, so be sure to check them out. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, please do follow up because we're going to be doing broadcasts for CSGO, I think every Sunday and Tuesday for the next couple of months. So definitely, if you want to follow through the season, we're going to have the offline finals in April. It's just really cool to get some collegiate esports going. So if you want to check it out all season long, be sure to follow up. Also follow up me and emote. Our Twitters are on screen. Without further ado, we're going to take a quick break before we come back to finish off this series. So stay tuned.
With a sucker man, but sucker somewhere that burns. That you could be the one for me. But like a drug, I need to detox my body. Never gonna find a seat like me. Like me. Never gonna be the man that I need. Jumping off bridges for you. These poppy seeds, whoa, these poppy seeds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back with map 2 here at AVGL Collegiate CSGO. And we have UC Davis facing off against UCR. UC Davis being able to pick up the first map, which was Mirage 1610 against University of California, Riverside. And we are on the second map here, going on to train, and we do see that quick inner being pushed in by the UCR players in Ecstasy, who had 35 kills last game, starting it off with a kill of his own here. And now that retake scenario beginning for the UC Davis side. Oof. Shots being exchanged. Jewel taking down 2, and now Alex with 2 of his own, and we're down to a 2-on-3 here, folks. That smoke grenade coming onto the bomb, and we are going to see that full defuse begin here as UC Davis looking to get their first pistol round on the board. And we are down to a 1-on-1, and that Molotov actually lands on the bomb. No Molotov defuse for Alex here. And that is pistol round going in the way of UCR. What looked to be a UC Davis flying to the side of the Riverside University. God damn it, I did it again. That's like the 3rd time tonight that I butchered that. Oh, my producer's just laughing at me right now. But nonetheless, guys, UCR picking up that first round. Now UCR with that slow inner to follow up, heading back towards that site that they found success in. That pistol round now, and what a gamble stack by UC Davis as all players starting to head in towards that inner bomb site. No one from the UCR side has actually scouted outside, so they have no idea that outside is clear, and they're going to walk right into this trap. First contact should be made by Kazi now. He's playing back towards that upper, but actually nobody's able to watch upper, and that's going to mean Jewel gets the first kill here, and these deagles are going to rain off, but Control already going towards the side of UCR means this should be an interplan. Jewel picking up another frag here, and that's 2 on the board for him, and that is it as Ecstasy, the main fragger, I'd say, for the UC Davis side. Not able to find any luck, and 2 rounds to UCR. Full eco. Ecstasy picking up that CZ. He's got a little bit of extra cash. He was sitting on 3K. And moving into this round now, he's probably going to look to get maybe 1-2 kills, get a gun for his teammate. Just try to make something happen, because he's got the only real strength weapon here. CK with that P250, but without armor. Oof. It's going to be hard for him to get something going. UCR changing it up towards Ivy as well now. Is OK Chris there. Gonna make that contact. Kazi's playing solo. He actually has nobody baiting for him. Alex has taken some damage, so even his bait could be his death here. And here we have it. OK Chris should be checking this left side. He does. Easy frag onto Kazi. Alex following off that peak, and outside is open for business. And CK maybe make something happen from this ladder room. Doesn't even look like contact will be made here, as the bomb will be going down towards that outside. And we're down to a 1-on-3 here, or a 5-on-3 here, folks. As we see Ecstasy moving around to that T connector. Pretty simple round there as UCR 3-0, a different start than what we saw on the last map. Rounds were trading back and forth between these teams. We actually saw Superman buy involved in one of those. On both sides, both teams were just force buying. We saw 1-1-1-1 going both ways early on in the half. That isn't the case here, as UCR off to a great start. 3-0 as we move into this first gun round. Does look like UCR is going to be making that default presence, and I love this little default that they're running here. The only thing is Jewel is a little bit aggressive towards that outside bomb site, and that could get him caught here if we see some aggression from UC Davis towards that T-Con, but it's not the case, because we do see Ivy being worked now. But a simple default as we're hitting that midpoint in the round here.
Yeah. Indeed. I am back now. So we are going to be seeing... Looks to be some type of outer split coming in from UCR. A couple towards Ivy, a couple towards T-Con. Punchi is going to be inner halls. So it's, like I said, it's about as default as it gets, but typically teams like to favor when they have the bomb located here to go for some type of outer split. Here comes OK Chris trying to get an entry through Ivy. Rest of the T's are pouring out. No kills have really gone off just yet. Some damage being collected, and oh man, Kazi is so blind. Intense will go ahead and get him in the back eventually as Jewel and company begin to push out the site as well. It's not looking good for the CT side at all. Good entries here from UCR. They're going to get this bomb planted. These two CTs are in for a rough time. They're going to try to make the retake work. It's not even good for one kill. Tries to push through and catch someone off guard, but is quickly dealt with. This round's pretty much in the books.
Yeah, and UCR with another phenomenal round, and that pace that they were building on that first map seeming to carry over onto this T side right now, as they are off to this lead right now and shutting down that UC Davis. I mean, I thought UC Davis was going to come out banging off the train, but it seems like UCR, they've got all the answers.
Yeah, UCR looks like almost like a completely different team right now here on Train. Maybe it is just a map thing because Ecstasy has not done anything yet. He's 1-4 right now. He was such a pivotal force in the last one. And the thing was, though, we kind of talked about how it looked like UCR had a little bit more of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like better frag distribution in the sense that they weren't so top heavy. They weren't so reliant on like one guy just carrying. Where it felt like UC Davis, I mean, yeah, Jaco did pretty well, but Ecstasy was definitely like far and foremost the top player on the server. So maybe Train's just on the weaker end of their map pool. Maybe their map pool is not that deep. So it's hard to know, obviously. We don't really follow these teams regularly, but certainly a great start for UCR, who are already down a map, being able to put up a good fight here on Train.
It's aggression towards that T-connector area. See if it's able to pay off as UCR once again in that slow default, just watching any pushes, smooth towards that Ivy, intense towards that middle, and now we see that group up, as I do believe the bomb will be heading towards that inner bomb site now.
Really big aggression, though, from the CT side here at Team Main, so they might even be able to get like a flank on these inner halls pretty quickly. There's already 3 players in inner as well, defending on the CT side, so if they do dedicate to an inner hit, the CT is actually really well positioned for it. But we do see them actually bring that bomb back through to Team Main to actually just do an outer split. CK84 is going to be up close.
Can he get somebody to bait for him?
Yeah, like, it's going to be rough. He does get one kill, but it is quickly traded. But Alex shows up with the CZ with the kill. Could even get another. Oh, he's running out of time, but Ecstasy here to kind of say the day gives him a chance to get his reload in, and he comes out for his second kill. And so now it's all on Punchi. He's going to be able to get the bomb back. Does get a kill as well. Gets it into a 1v2. Does have time to transition back to inner. That's exactly what he'll choose to do. But it looks like Alex will get here pretty fast with the Deagle. So if he tries to go down lower, he may not even be able to make it.
Oh! Dude, UC Davis turning it on. Alex, I mean, at one point in the last map, he was 3-15. Right now, he's at 7-3.
Dude, I've seen a lot of crazy 1-deeks tonight, if I'm honest with you. It's been pretty real.
Yeah, we see some great individual talent shining at times, but right now, Alex, he's kind of the leader of his team right now. 2 frags is the most, and that's off Ecstasy right now. So Ecstasy having a very slow start here. Imagine when he starts picking up his game.
Yeah, you see Ecstasy's not on the AWP anymore. He's now on an AK. AWP's been given over to Jaco. So maybe just wanting to try to get a rifle in his hands, try to unlock him a little bit more. As they did finally get their first round on the board before things got a little bit too crazy. And they get it through like a pretty, kind of like a force buy, really. I mean, it's just mostly CZs and Deagles and such. So pretty big round to win. Doesn't cost you a whole lot to do it. They're going to try to get aggressive at Ivy, but that flashbang doesn't do anything. Like, Chris avoids it like crazy.
And now that outside being opened up now, and Jaco left alone here to defend it. The only benefit is He's going to get a little bit of space as there's only one terrorist left towards Sandwich. They pull off. They go towards Inner. And with Ecstasy flanking around now. Oh my gosh, they came down ladder. This is going to be terrible. Oh, they hit the frag.
Jayco needed to get into a better position,
Ecstasy,
you have to feel like. Like, that's a 3-on-2. Just play passive and wait for your teammates' flanks to set in or something. So, gave a chance here to UCR to perhaps bring it back. But Ecstasy on that flank, he was the Ivy push earlier. He gets through behind T-Main. Gets intense. Now it's all on Smooth.
Smooth knows where both of them are, though.
Ooh, I like this little maneuver he's done as well. He's knotting around. They're going to stick the bomb defuse, though, but he should be able to get out and stop it. He does. Ooh. And gets Ecstasy. Well played by Smooth. Really nice little positioning, yeah. That was a tense one.
5-1 is our scoreline here in UC Davis. Not looking like the UC Davis of Mirage. And
no, certainly
UCR definitely not looking like the Riverside of Mirage either. I cannot believe this is what we're seeing here, and we might actually be on our way to a map 3.
Very possible. I feel like Jayco needed to do something different there. I feel like he needed to get out of there once he got the kill and got into a 3-on-2. I think that's kind of like one of the big problems from that round, but don't want to harp on it too much. Want to get focused here on this next round. As again, UC Davis are trying to put that aggression on Ivy, putting that utility out there. They have 4 players in Ivy right now with pistols. Or Ecstasy's actually in the mix with 3 pistols. He's got that M4, that 1 rifle. Trying to see if they can't kind of, I don't know, like tank for him almost, so to speak. But he actually goes down pretty quickly. Takes Intense down to 10 HP, but all the kills are coming in for UCR. Everything you want to see from them, you are seeing. And the fact that UC Davis economy got reset in the previous round is certainly hurting them. They won't even really have money next round either, to be honest with you.
No, exactly. The best bet right now is to save this armor and carry it over, as we are going to see a double eco out of the UC Davis side. And that's going to give UCR a chance at a 7-1 lead here, as they will be picking up this round to hit 6, and with the following eco coming up, that will be their chance at the 7th round.
Yeah. I mean, definitely having armor pistol like this going into next round at least allows you to pose some type of threat. But in reality, the real round won't come until the next. But to be fair, the 1 round they won was off a bunch of CZs and P250s, so it's not as if it's completely out of the question. And they did get that M4 back again, so they can roll that over the next round as well.
Davis with that tag pause here. Would have liked to seen it maybe used on a gun round here to just figure out how they want to play that, but nonetheless they can do it here, maybe freeze the UCR players and get some extra time in figuring out just exactly how they want to approach this first buy round.
Yeah, I think it's also trying to figure out, I think a lot of teams do it here just to be like, okay, how can we actually win this round? This is the limited resources we have. What's the coolest thing we can come up with that might actually work? Like, what can we push or stack? You know, you do see a couple of even nades being picked up by CK84. He picks up a smoke and a flash. So they might be just trying to construct some type of play that could actually still win them this round despite the fact that they had limited resources.
The M4. That's odd.
They saved that.
That was the, oh, they picked up Intense's the M4 off of.
They've recycled that M4 for like 2 rounds now.
Okay. I saw the minus from Ecstasy, and I thought he actually bought it up just to keep money even with his team, and I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, not the case. It has been saved. Yeah, that's a big flank from CK84 through Inner right there. Like you said, gets the bomb down and gets to play with it. Punchi and company trying to fight back, but CK84 just keeps bobbing and weaving in these inner halls and gets another headshot frag on the Jewel. He is a real thorn in the side of UCR right now, just kind of staying alive above ladder. And now Ecstasy with that M4 gets smooth, and not this round. Like, of all the rounds to lose, if this is the way you lose it, both the rounds that UC Davis would have won if they do take this one has been off of crazy antics like this. As we have Alex pushing through inner halls, he's been caught by Punchi, so a little bit of pressure being alleviated. But still, they have to fight their way back into getting this bomb, and these are not easy angles to clear out to get back in there and get that bomb back.
Especially with 30 seconds left here. This is where it starts getting scary for the UCR side. Jeez. Another kill for CK. His P250 is phenomenal.
Finally silenced, but you have to wonder if it's a little too late at this point. He's already killed like 3 players. and put OK Chris in a 1 versus 2. He does get the bomb back short, but oh yeah, ecstasy. It's raining mid and ladder, not the way you want him to.
UC Davis on the board. Can they string 2 together, or will that money reset start falling in? Great little eco round out of them. I guess there was we would count
both
it
their
as a
wins are
forced
ecos, man.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, keep the pistols up, boys. It's working for you. They are going to get those ops, the 4 rifles on the field, and can they turn this half around? Because UCR making a run for it very well. It's 6-2 right now, moving into this late first half.
Yeah, but here comes the quick work at outer from UCR's Jewel, but they line up for Kazi. He gets a hat trick. Okay, Chris on the flank, though. We'll get it back into a 2v2. There's a CT still hidden in heaven. It's ecstasy, hiding in the clouds, waiting for the right moment to show himself with the AWP. Meanwhile, his teammate working his way in aggressively with the M4 does find a kill, is traded, but again, ecstasy, his position has not been found out just yet. He's just being patient. Okay, Chris will get the reload in at E-Box. He's still got a minute to play with, so this could last a while. As ecstasy is content just to stay put. Wait for Chris to make the move.
Oh, he's going to see his feet here.
Oh, get the headshot anyway. Okay, then, okay, Chris. I see you. Another reset.
That's not where you want to be if you're UC Davis now moving into these last few rounds. That means we're going to see a save, maybe a force right now. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. We see the force come out. I would have liked to see the save because 1 save allows Kazi and Alex to buy up ops now. That force coming in, that's going to burn their money to that point of no return here. And they're going to need this round.
Yeah, I mean, both the rounds they won have actually been rounds like this one, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen this time around. Jewel and Funchi having an easier time just clearing out this outer bomb sites.
Yep.
Just Jayco left. He's trying to flank through ladder. Does pick up an AK for his troubles, and he does have a head armor. Definitely worth saving this because of how the money is for his team. It'll be of will they go on the chase on the opposite end? They have the players to throw at him to try. There goes OK Chris though, and I don't know actually because Intense and Punchi don't really have that much money, so they may not even want to chase after this AK. They may just want to try to hold on to their guns.
I wouldn't be chasing at this point. I mean, you know that they don't have money, so regardless, they're not going to be. It's not like that AK would make much of a difference. And for you, I mean, you don't have money. You still have 5 rounds to play with. Why risk it? Because you know they're going to be going up. If you don't have money 2 or 3 rounds from now and you lose, that's huge. Nonetheless, AM Smooth picking up that kill onto Jayco. Means no guns whatsoever will be in play. Maybe a couple P250s and Deegs, but nothing too heavy out of the UC Davis side. As UCR poised once again. 9-2 is what it's going to look like here.
Yeah, again, it feels like a whole different set of teams playing right now. I mean, you look at how in control UC Davis were on Mirage, how good Ecstasy was playing in particular. It looked like they were never going to lose that game. Like, yeah, there was a bit of a comeback from UCR. They closed the gap. They made it a closer game, but they never really looked like they were truly posing a threat. But yet we flipped to the train, and I mean, it's just been the UCR show all day long. Like, the constant economy resets against their opponent. They're out fragging them across the board man for man. It just definitely seems like a whole different game on our hands at this point. Shoe is on the other foot. I don't know. Wait, maybe that expression doesn't work. Wait, does it? The shoe's on the other foot? That kind of works, I think, in this situation.
What doesn't work, however, is UC Davis not being able to pick up these CT rounds right now.
What a segue mode.
You like that?
I did.
I actually bought one for like $300.
I wonder why it's called a segue, by the way. Like when you transition.
Because you're rolling into something else.
Yeah, but no one really uses segues. Except for like ridiculously rich people and police officers.
I definitely just used a segue. And that was a pun. Oh!
Got him.
See what I did there?
Yep. Seriously though, no one uses them except for like mall cops and
no. If you go on vacation to like Europe and stuff, and like you go to those really touristy places, you'll always see a group of like 7 people that did the Segway tour. Always, always. You'll notice it
But
next
it's not
time.
like a big consumer product, is my point.
No,
you
no,
know?
no,
It never
no.
really broke through.
No, it didn't. Hoverboards though.
Yeah, they all exploded though on people. No, you don't really see too many of those either. Anyway. Getting into the last rounds of the half now. UCR has an impressive lead. But UC Davis is back onto a bye. Ecstasy's getting the op back. We've kind of seen him and Jaco kind of take turns with it throughout this map. Just maybe trying something different. But we'll be back on the Ecstasy though. Alex will unfortunately be just with the Deagle. But in reality, as many 1Ds as we've seen, may not matter. May still be able to do something with it. Especially with head armor, definitely could still be a big problem for someone.
For sure. Man, CK. That guy has been playing phenomenal in this game. Well, it's really only that PT50 round, but still, it was nice.
Indeed. So it does give them the man advantage over here on the UC Davis side. They need every little advantage they can get at this point. They are well behind on the scoreboard from the CT side of Train. That's not where you want to be. TK84 looking to try to do some more here from camera. Is able to get the kill onto Punchi with the M4. Now a 3-on-5. With the bomb's actually running through Ivy through back halls to enter. Interesting tactic, but it seems like UC Davis is onto it. But they're still getting the frags on UCR right now.
Oh,
it's
no.
going all their way. Oh, my
wow.
goodness. Just everyone is falling. It's only Ecstasy now in a 1 versus 3 with the op. Misses his shot, and how in the world did that just happen? They had a 5-on-3, and they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah,
how does that happen?
was... I mean, that's UCR at this point. It just seems to me like UCR has all the answers to anything that Davis is going to throw at them right now, and it's showing.
It's like an open
right...
book exam, dog, and they know exactly what chapter to go for all the answers.
Exactly. It's just a straight UCR
I've
show
made
right
so
now
many
on this
college,
map.
like, classroom and dorm references throughout this broadcast. It's kind of cringy at this point.
Hey,
I feel
man, you
like I do
appreciate your
apologize.
student days.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
counts.
I really do. I'm still paying for them.
Oh my gosh, Jaco almost snuck through that smoke and timing them, but a fast inner, once again, towards that inner bomb site, and it's going to be UCR's. No contention. Flank going down, and most likely an 11th round on the board.
Does seem that way, doesn't it?
Uh-oh.
But we're starting to see the tides turn a bit as CK84 gets that flank in through inner halls and takes down Intense. Now it's just 2 players left from the T side, but they could very well still fight their way through it. They did last round, in fact. And yes, they get it back into a 2v2, make that a 2v1, make that a round still going to UCR. Somehow, in the blink of an eye, in these last 2 rounds, when it looked like it was over, they just pull something crazy off and within like the last, 20 seconds and still win.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Great individual talent from UCR coming to play here, and it's lovely to watch, especially after that Mirage. You felt like UCR had more to offer, and good thing it's not a BO1 because they definitely did, and it looks to me, thus, like we're going to be going to 3 maps.
Certainly. I'm not even sure what the 3rd map is, by the way. Maybe we can get that in our ear, or we'll just see it whenever we change. Either way.
Aha,
Cobblestone,
Kabible,
apparently.
eh? I love Kabible.
Kabible?
Yeah,
Like it.
I've been calling it that since I was.
It's a nice way to put it. It's a nicer, fancier way to put it. As UC Davis, within just a couple of rounds left to work with, looks like they are finding themselves another advantage situation.
Okay.
Hopefully this time they don't let it slip through their fingers. They've had something kind of like this before. As I say that, Smooth gets it back into a 2v3. Intense comes out. Deacon sees Ecstasy, but oh, he's so focused on that, he doesn't realize that CK84 comes through connector.
Jeez.
And UC Davis, they do finally get around on the board after 5 losses in a
And
row.
Smooth still got his one-on-one peaks there in that situation, nonetheless, and that could have been very scary for UC Davis. They could have let that 1v3 go in the way of UCR once again. They do pull it off, pick up that 3rd round, but getting this 4th here is just as important. They need to end this half 11-4. They do not have any room to play with in regards to rounds.
Certainly not. I mean, again, usually this map is CT-sided. Maybe not like crazy CT-sided like it used to be back in the day, but certainly still CT favored. And so to see 11 rounds even if they do wind up losing this one after losing a man, still they've done so much work here. But we'll see. Jaco has an aggressive position here in inner halls and could definitely be doing some more damage. And we do even see a ladder flank, but Smooth's waiting for it and gets one of them. But oh, Jake, though, he's got such a good spot. Only good for 1 kill, though. Probably wanted a little bit more out of that.
Now, bomb heading into that inner bomb site. We do see 2 players from the UC Davis side rolling in. And that Molotov is going to push both the players from UCR towards that pop dog, towards that upper. And now Alex, I'd like to see him make his play now because he's about to get caught. And there it is.
Ooh, so now it's all on Kazi, and he's not able to do a whole heck of a lot. So UCR 12-3 half. That is pretty massive. Really good game out of OK Chris this time.
Disastrous
some big numbers.
Game from the UC Davis side.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, again, they got reset 3 times. Like, all their grounds were on an island in a deep sea of UCR. We'll just wait for the players ready up for the second half. Again, folks, if you're enjoying the stream, please do follow up. We're going to be doing CSGO broadcasts on this channel for collegiate CSGO for the AVGL every Sunday and Tuesday night, usually starting at around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely follow up for all that. Also, if you're enjoying the commentary, you can give a follow to myself and Evan. It's Evan_emode, and I am Follow Dust on Twitter. You'll see our names on the screen a little bit later. We'll make it easier if whatever I said confused you on spelling. But anyway, is there any hope here for UC Davis? Can they come up with a blistering T side of their own? That's the question now.
It's all going to start with this pistol round right here. And I'd like to see UCR continue on this confidence with maybe an aggressive Ivy push, maybe a push towards that inner bomb set, and really start to make something happen for them early on here. I feel like if you allow UC Davis, just like on Mirage, to work the map at their leisure, that's where they excel, in those one-on-one situations. That's really where we saw Ecstasy excel.
Do you see UCR having intense, actively peek upper, just try to get that information. Oh, he eats a bullet, though. Gets down to 12 HP, is forced to run. Okay, Chris was thinking about pushing Ivy, but doubles back. I think with their teammate who was trying to keep information on inner being chased away, has made it a little bit harder for them to feel confident doing aggressive moves elsewhere. So they're just kind of set up in passive positions. Here comes the outer spill out from the T side. Punchy only good for 1, but Jewel will come and take his place with the USP. Gets another kill. Gonna maybe stop this play. Yes, he does. Comes up, looks for another kill even. So Jewel doing work right now. Gets his team into a 3-on-2. And okay, Chris did eventually push through Roddy. Now he's flanking T main. He's now in the backside of the terrorists. The bomb's still down on site as well. And there's Intense taking down Jayco. It's looking real good for UCR to go ahead and start steamrolling to a victory, perhaps. Losing this pistol is going to be so crucial.
Oh, he spots him. So now they know he's still there. They make that initial contact again, so they know he's bomb trained now. Okay, Chris has that backside bomb as well, and I hate to say it, Ecstasy, you're in a hard spot. But he gets lucky. Chris misses those shots on the back of his head, and now he's going to get a one-on-one towards that ladder. Oh my gosh. It's a triangle formation. Looking like the 96 Bulls with that triangle offense right there. Great little effort from UCR to get their 13th round.
Reference game on point as well.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, I actually call it the triangle offense on my team, too. Like, I believe in that zone. Like, Phil Jackson knows what he's talking about. That thing is transferable to every aspect.
Taking it deep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, UC Davis are in deep trouble. They do have the first map locked up, though. They did win Mirage. I think it was like, what, 16-11 or something like that?
They do have a little bit of a buffer.
They have a safety net of the third map, yes. As they will go ahead and force up this round as much as they can. To be expected, they didn't get a bomb plant in the first round, so this is kind of a typical pattern of choice when that is to happen. They're trying to push through Ivy, but there's a couple of rifles here ready and willing to fight, and they have already collected the first kill of the round here on the UCR side. And that kind of slows everything down at this point. Oh, he tried. Wow. He had a chance there, but Intense somehow gets a chance to react and 180 back with the UMP and take him out anyway. So the odds are stacking ever more against UC Davis as there's another kill, this time from Jules M4.
Damn,
Now-
Jewel is a little bit heavy on the MM1ing this game.
Yeah, it's just UC Davis falling apart. This force buy isn't really working out that well, which means they're probably going to have to take a full save next round. But the problem is, if you full save next round, then you're just giving UCR free map points. So they're like in that force buy to survive situation at this point. It may have made more sense just to kind of save that previous round and then be able to full buy on this one, or like have a better buy on this one.
No matter what, we're going to see UCR now hit that situation where they're going to be getting into that overtime. They're going to be getting that 15th round security, so to say. And for UC Davis to be able to win 12 rounds in a row from that point on, I hate to say it, Dust. I don't see that happening. I think we're going to third map. I think it can almost confirm on the dotted lines that
Yes.
we're going to a third map today.
It's on the HLTV forums already. It's confirmed. Third map coming.
Actually,
Okay, go ahead.
Dust 2 might be something to throw this on.
Wait, what?
Tolkien Fanatics' new project, Dust2.us.
Oh yeah, there you go. Dust2.us confirmed. Okay, that works. Same parent company. As UCR will go ahead and be dancing up to map point quite soon unless Jayco pulls off the craziest miracle with the Glock of all time. And no, not even close. So there you have it. UCR up 15-3. Looking to force that third map. I thought you were talking about like Dust 2 being the third map, which that would be cool.
I don't
supposed
think
to be coming
no,
back.
Dust 2's not back in play. Is it in play on
No, it's
Stevo
not.
yet? No.
Sad.
I'd like
And
to see
because
Dust
they just
2 in play.
updated Nuke, it feels like Nuke's not going out, which would have been the best option, I feel like, because no one wants to play that.
Cobble should have gone out.
We haven't decided yet.
Well, I mean, like, if
It could be Cobble.
if we're taking out
I'm
a
scared
map,
it might
we're
be
taking out
Mirage.
Cobble.
That's my fear. Because that's like the
No,
one map that hasn't been,
no.
like, refreshed yet.
No, don't touch Mirage.
I don't want them to either, but usually they kind of go for maps that haven't been updated in a while, and, like, Mirage is the map that hasn't been updated at all. Like,
Ooh,
so,
look at
I don't know.
this.
Oh, the positioning from Kunchi, just too good with that UMP. Like I said, use it so to get really up close on T-Con. And he is able to reap some great benefits from it. And all the dominoes right now are just falling for UC Davis. The team that was once just kind of chugging along in Mirage with no problems and securing the first map of the series now finds himself needing a map 3 to do things. And it will, in fact, be on good old Cobblestone. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I mean, giving it right back. I mean, UC Davis not really showing up for that match at all. Their UCR with that very, very easy second map, in my opinion. And moving on to Cobblestone, we got a brand new game, and whichever team here is going to be able to win this one. I mean, I'm going to have to give it to whichever team's got the mental game right now, because after that UCR win, UC Davis need to be on their toes right now. They can't let anything slip. And for UCR, they need to keep this confidence up. They need to not get too overconfident and keep this strong play that they've been doing going forward.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be bringing you Mat 3 to finish off the series. Again, if you're enjoying the stream, please do follow up, because we'll be bringing you games every Sunday and Tuesday for the next couple of months as we do this next season of AVGL for Counter-Strike. We'll maybe have some other faces join us as well. Obviously, me and Emoter here tonight, but we also have Scrawny on deck. A couple other guys may be helping out as well. So we'll keep it, a variety going for you folks. We hope you're enjoying it. If you do, you can follow myself and Emoter. Our names are on screen to follow us on Twitter. We appreciate your support there as well. But again, we will be taking just a short break before we bring you the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a little bit. All right, folks, and welcome back here to the AVGL. I'm Dust. With me is Emode, and we're into map 3 between UC Riverside and UC Davis. Went through Mirage, we've went through Train, and now we're going to decide things here on Cobblestone. It's been a great first night here at the AVGL.
Yeah,
a little fun.
yeah.
I haven't actually casted CSGO in a little bit, so it's been cool to get back into it.
You miss it?
Absolutely.
I miss it. I can't go more than maybe, I'd say 3-4 days without wanting to frag something or like just be in that team environment. It's weird. It's weird. When people ask me in job interviews, do you work better alone or in a team? I'm like, team environment, man. I'm all about that team. Let's go. CS is that game, man. It brings you back. You can play any FPS, any game. But I always say there's 3 games: World of Warcraft, Counter-Strike, and Dota 2 that will bring gamers back for years.
Indeed. I always get that itch to play some Counter-Strike, that's for sure. So we're going to get started here with the pistol round in the first half. UC Davis starting out on that T side. They're looking to go heavy and fast over towards the A side, but good positioning from the CTs. They're already rotating as well through connector, and they're getting all the kills. Unfortunately, this Kazi flanked through drop-down room, probably not going to be able to really do anything at this point. Too many players have already fallen. And now he actually is trying to bring the bomb back through long A into middle, and Kazi will just try to get into drop-down room and see if he can't, like, cut off rotates, maybe try to help them hit B, as he does here. Smooth running back into the site. He gets that headshot. That's big.
Look at the
that may
flank,
allow
though,
him to get the
from
bomb
Chris.
in.
Chris is already on his way over to that B platform, that long area. So in that post-plant scenario, I mean, I'd like to say that UCR, great opportunity here to pick up this round.
Yeah, I'm surprised they just gave the bomb plant. I figured they might fight for it with the man advantage and use the distance of the USP to try to fend them off of that. But they will allow the plant in favor of making sure they can gather up together to do a retake. They do have a kit, they have a smoke, so they do have time. Kazi, though, doing great work right now with this Glock from Chicken Coop, but again, at distance against USPs, they're basically laser beams. Good luck, as UCR will go ahead and take it, get that defuse, and they will go ahead and secure the first round. That's good news for them, because remember, it was UC Davis who won the first map. UCR able to take Train in dominant fashion, and now UCR using that momentum to open up really well here in this round on map number 3.
Yeah, I'd like to say if UCR are able to convert on these few rounds, maybe even that first gun round confidently, this could be a very quick map. I think that UCR is in the heads of this Davis side, that after Mirage now and then getting stomped out on Train, because we saw UCR come to life at the end of Mirage. So it started getting a little bit scary there. That already starts on Davis. And then they win this second map, and I mean, if you're UC Davis now, you're like, wow, these guys really turned it up. Ooh, okay, Chris gets caught with a nade out. But the double hold and drop, that's all they needed.
Those SMGs and drop down room. It can be really hard sometimes to hold drop as a CT, but when you have such a big firepower advantage and you're able to get into position and set up like that, certainly things can go a lot better. Now they have a 5-on-3. What can the terrorists really even do at this point? They got the bomb in Kazi's hands. Trying to transition over towards the A side, it looks like. I mean, the chances in doing anything here, though, are pretty much 0. No armor, down 2 players. What can you really do?
At this point in the round, I mean, group up, try and get into that site. And with Jaco being alone, he should be an easy frag for Smooth. Okay, we do see a little bit of grouping. And a flub smoke that's going to actually allow UC Davis to flood out here. And all 3 players looking like they're coming out the A-holes.
Indeed, Smooth's up close with the SMG. Knocks down 2. Kazi trying to keep the dream alive of a bomb plant, but too many CTs left. 2-0 for UCR. And another save. Oh no, they got a bomb plant first round. We're conservative there, so they could buy here. So what play do you run at this point, Emode? You got 5 AKs, some utility.
You got the utility to take drop, so that's if you're running a default and you're going slow, you need to take drop here. That's the first thing I would say. They have the utility for that. Then after that, you do have an extra smoke. You have the flashbang to execute out onto B. You can at least smoke that B plat ledge, get somebody out onto the platform, pop flash out, and now you have a pinch developing from that drop area and the platform.
Nice little smoke there, though, from UCR will slow down any attempts at trying to push down into drop-down room. Certainly seems like they want to do some type of drop A split, though, for sure. With 3 people gathered up with the bomb outside long A, they do have some utility. Like, these smokes they can use, probably going to see it thrown on door to block connector vision, and then balcony. That's 2 typical spots that teams will smoke when they try to take A. They definitely have these smokes to do just that. But then it's going to all come down to how does the drop portion of this attack pan out. Also, A Smooth's positioning on the boost could be a real problem. Sometimes you don't really check that. Could get burned by it.
I'm not sure what the plan is here. It's looking like they were trying to make a little bit of drop presence, but now they opted against it. The issue becomes with that, nobody on UCR has to move and they hear all of this. Here it comes now. Damn Smooth picking up one, but he does get traded up by Ecstasy. And that's going to be A side opening up for the Davis side, and bomb should be going down here any second.
Yeah, they have a man advantage trying to get to the site. Okay, Chris is kind of the last defense to try to stop that bomb from making its way in.
Gets caught with his knife out.
Oh, you hate to see that.
A question mark from Ecstasy.
Yeah. Gets those kills. Gets a hat trick on the round. I was actually kind of worried about UC Davis because they had all these smokes, but they didn't use them. Like, they didn't use it to block connector or balcony, so the CTs were able to actually rotate and get vision on the site. But they just won all their fights anyway, so it didn't wind up mattering, I guess.
At the end of the day, you want to take that. I mean, you want to take every precaution in regards to getting into the site. Winning your gunfights is one way, obviously, to win the round, but you don't want to always rely on that. However, the way UC Davis ended up winning that round, confident fashion, as they were able to keep 3 people alive now, and we see that money all but dwindling away for the UCR side into the spy.
And they're basically lining up the exact same way they did in the last round. 2 players drop, 3 players outside long A. So maybe whatever they were trying to go for last round, they're going to go for again here. They flash drop and make it seem like they might take it, but they don't commit.
Yeah, and if I'm UCR, I need to get info. So what am I going to do right now? I want to take that B platform control. Unfortunately, they're not doing that. They're held up in this site, and look at this isolation setup we have right now. We have Poonchi sitting up towards this APC. We have AM Smooth down towards this lower connector. He's going to hear everything. We see these rotates coming in. But will it be enough here? Oh my god, they ran right by him.
Yeah, they did run through Smooth, but they won't catch him anyway. Smooth doesn't land his shots, and UC Davis starts storming in now.
Again, no
but
nades.
Great work from Poonchi and Chris. They're getting the kills now. It's looking really good. It's just Jayco at this point. Somehow, despite the fact that UC Davis made so much headway initially, they get shut down by Poonchi and Chris. Really well done.
I mean, everybody's got Molotovs into that round. They're not using them. The Molotovs are the most crucial part of that hit. You can use them to clear out that back of sight, under balcony, behind the APC. And other than that, what if you're the CTs, what other angles do you have? You have nothing to play around, and that's going to give the terrorists a very big advantage moving into the site. Fortunately, UC Davis, lacking Molotovs in that round.
What is this by the way?
It's going to get UCR
this
on
Mac
the board.
10 armor? Ooh, we don't see this too
Pop
often.
Flash Explode B, and unfortunately right now, they're getting lucky that UCR doesn't want to aggress.
Yeah, they pop flash their way out. These Mac 10s at range, no bueno. They do wind up getting a kill though anyway on the Jewel. Now they are getting to close the distance just a little bit, and it allows them to get that bomb plant, but Intense from drop down room, fighting back with this AK, doing a lot of damage, and already has found 2 kills
Big Molly.
as well. Here, UCR tees off. Intense just pre-firing the sidewalk, eventually catches Jayco, and so the defuse will come in. It's now 3-1.
I'm not too much a fan of that buy there.
No,
I
not at all.
Can't really
Yeah,
say
I don't
that.
really get it. It could have worked if they were playing like double plat and you get those entries and you get the bomb down.
Well, that's the thing. It wouldn't have
it's
worked
just
if they were
risky.
playing double plat because they didn't actually initially smoke the platform to get out, right? So if an AK chooses to peek on that platform, he's battling a Mac 10 at a distance, right? So right off the bat, that strat was really risky to play with, and that's what I thought was going to happen. Doesn't, they're actually able to get into the site, but once again, the AKs, the rifles at a distance, can you really hold that site with a Mac 10? Very hard. Very hard.
And now it'll cause them to have to go just pistols this round. Granted, they did get a bomb plant, so they got that extra money. So after this save, they should definitely be able to get whatever they want in the next round. So there's that one, like, silver lining, I guess, to all of it. Meanwhile, for this round, it should just be mob up for UCR.
Yeah, and now with UCR pushed around to the A-halls, all that information going their way. This round's all but over now. Ooh, okay, Chris once again gets caught with a nade out, but he's not going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, again, there wasn't really a whole lot to read into that round.
No.
It was just, you know, P250s, no armor. It was all about this moment here. You know, they're using that bomb plant they got in round number 5 to construct something here and now. See what they want to buy. They have enough money for an op if they want one, but could just be, you know, looking to do AK full utility instead.
No op on the field. I would have liked to see one on the field.
Yeah, this is definitely a map where the AWP has a lot of chances at long-range duels.
100%.
Particularly on CT side, you even see double op a lot. One of each site, definitely a lot of uses for multiple ops on this. Obviously on T side, you can look for picks at mid, people on long B platforms. It definitely has its utility on this map for sure. But yep, no one elected to go for it here. Wanting to prioritize utility instead, which you can't fault them for that.
Here we go. The first real drop presence being put in from that UC Davis side.
He still gets the kill somehow.
Oh.
What if he gets 2 kills from there?
3.
A third. How is Chris allowed to get away with it like that? My goodness, they even double molly drop and still let him get 3 kills from inside the room. And he got flashed. And, like, ugh. It's like their own Molotovs got the worst of him there because they couldn't jump down and chase him. Like, they would run into their own fire and burn. So he's just able to hold an angle and get a bunch of kills. That's insane.
Yeah, the way you got to time that is actually you have the close drop molly, the one that dropped, you throw that one a couple seconds before you throw the actual E-box one. Ooh, nice kill from Jaco here. He might actually be able to do something.
Yeah, but okay, Chris has a good angle.
Great
Again, that
round out of
shadow
him.
advantage is there as well. You can see it. Sun
But
does
yeah,
shine through
just
that
back
way.
to that Molotov thing. You're talking about them not being able to drop. So if you throw that drop Molotov for the initial close part, a couple seconds before you throw the E-box, that'll fade, give you 2 seconds to actually drop in to the drop area, and it pushes out anybody trying to play close. So, little tidbit, I guess, on the molly, how you can play with molly time there to clear an area.
Indeed. So it is back to just pistols now for UC Davis. And the thing is, this map, for the longest time, was quite T-sided. I feel like it has balanced out over time. But still, being down 6, probably 7-1 from your T-side Cobble is not a good look.
No.
Like, typically, you are going to usually get more of your rounds on T-side. It seems to be kind of the trend a lot of the time.
Yeah, Cobble is definitely a map where it favors the T side just because the rotation through that connector is literal hell on earth.
Yeah, it's long rotations. It's a big map.
Wow, that nade.
Also, it's just CTs have a hard time getting information on this map a lot. You can't really push a lot of stuff like you can say on Cash and like get a quick peek and get away. Like you have to really commit to something if you want to be aggressive on CT for info.
Or
so
even the nade usage that needs to be done to get info, right, is tremendous. Like for Cash on A main, if you want to get info, it's just a pop flash. Well, if you want to get a pop flash, if you want to get info on B here, you got to smoke that right side, molly the left, pop flash. There's a lot more going on.
Indeed, but here comes the attack up long A finally. 4 players leading it right now, 1 at the mid slope. So far, UCR just holding back in the site with rifles. Only good for 1 kill, though. Hold the phone. UC Davis making a lot of headway right now with these pistols, and they should be getting the plant now. They've even collected an M4 for Kazi. The one thing is, though, they're so low, and an HE grenade could just end this round, basically. If they stay in the site and he throws an HE in there, oof.
Use your goddamn nade.
Use it.
Oh, no, he threw too far.
Nope, you got 1. Oh, and they come up. The Ecstasy CZ is going to work. And now he tries to peek sight, tries to use Ecstasy Speak as a distraction, but can't get the kill, and so UCR do recover. But man, that was a little bit too close for comfort, you have to feel like.
Yeah, another round where it looks like the eco will go to the terrace way, but a very, very, very close retake from UCR gets them their 7th round on the board now. And moving into this round here, we are going to be able to see that op come onto the field for the Davis side. Ecstasy picking it up, and I'd like to see him move towards B, maybe towards that platform. CTs are giving him a lot of room there, not really too much effort being put towards that B plat from the UCR side.
And they need to come up with something. They've only found 1 round, and it was on an island. And it was early on when CTs didn't even have their economy really established yet. Now it's way more than established. Even post-buy, you still got Jewel on like 10K and Intense on 5. And
Exactly.
so definitely not going to be in any fear of saving anytime soon. And they put Smooth in the boost position. First time they will have used that. So if someone does come A, they could be in for a rude awakening. But it seems like this is a more standard kind of B heavy default, kind of weighted out a little bit. So maybe they are going to be shifting that focus towards B. They're going to put some presence on long A, though. I like this. They'll kind of pop flash, try to clear it, get some info, maybe cause CTs to rotate, which they did. They pulled Chris over. But this boosted position Smooth has could be a real problem. He lets them pass by. He's waiting for this moment to strike, but he doesn't get a single kill. Smooth, no! Not like this.
Let me just aim at the head.
Just aim, period. Sorry. You gotta get kills from that spot.
Nah, yeah,
especially when two people walk by you like that.
Times where it's your.
Sometimes the easiest kills are the hardest, man.
It's your eagerness to get the kill over your calmness to actually pull it off. I don't know how else to say that.
They still wind up winning this round though, probably. Like it's 2v2. These two terrorists are so low on HP.
So I have voice enabled. In game right now, and AM2 just lost his mind. He's like, I just whipped. So even he's aware of that big opportunity he had and how it could cost his team the round here.
Yeah, it's still looking pretty good all in all, though, because now Jake... Yeah, it's over. Okay, so they still want it winning the round. No harm, no foul. Smooth, you get away with that one.
I'm going to let it go. Let it go.
It's a slight party foul. You dropped your drink. It's spilled on the floor, but you're able to clean it up real quick and keep the party chugging, so it's fine. All good. 8-1, though, so UC Davis needs to go to the drawing board. They need to come up with something.
Kicked him off the team. No, I'm joking. It's another player that actually disconnected from the UC Davis or UCR side, and they're just gonna pull it. They're just gonna pull a pause. But the interesting thing is they took a tack pause here, so if he doesn't connect, the round's gonna go live.
Yeah, they might be able to do like another technical timeout though, and so they should be able to get him back. Should be fine.
Yeah, no.
They didn't call another one.
Well, you can't,
good guy
right?
UC Davis call their timeout to save the day.
You can't pull two timeouts in the same side, and UCR... Oh, there you go. They pulled a technical problem out, and there you go.
PC dead. Well, hopefully it's not truly dead, because then we might be here for a while waiting for another fifth to come in. So hopefully they get that going.
Probably got blue screen.
You never know. Anyway... While we have this little break here, we have a couple people in chat, actually a few people in chat, a bunch of them from different college teams, kind of watching their fellow collegiate athletes play some CSGO, looking at maybe their future competition later on down the line, later in the season. Obviously, some of these teams also play in other collegiate leagues that are going on, so familiar with each other from previous years, perhaps. The one thing that makes collegiate CSGO very interesting, though, to me is, like, the pool of players is obviously much smaller because they must be from university. So I feel like in these situations, you can't really cut and find new players. Like you just have to kind of work it out with the players that you have. And then also you lose players through graduation and stuff. So there is a finite time limit on how long you can use someone on your team. So it definitely makes building college programs a whole different ballgame compared to how esports works more generally.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that the college scene does have a smaller pool, but at the same time, I wouldn't say there's necessarily like the majority of MDL players I know, plus are actually, pushing towards that college education, etc. Some, being under that point, 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue becomes, for some of the pro players, many of them do go to college. Many of them have gone to college, university. Maybe not in the recent days as, the focus has turned more towards gaming. We do see a lot of the 16, 17-year-old pros commit full-time. But I do know many pros in the current day that were pro gaming and doing it. But unfortunately, teams like, when you're playing for teams like C9 or Complex, the top teams around that time, it's hard for you to actually get involved in your collegiate scene.
Yeah. If you're already a pro player, you have to commit your time to that team. Like any time you have that's committed to Counter-Strike is probably committed to that team. I guess maybe you could just show up for match day if it's only like a couple of matches a week, but you wouldn't be able to practice with the team or anything like that. But
someone like me who, when I was in college, I was playing CS. That was during actually the DB9K days, but I would have loved to have the opportunity to now play, for my college as well. dedicate some time because, you know, as you know, back then there wasn't a lot of time being put into the game by many players.
Yeah.
And, you know, playing in the college would have been fun. Fortunately, there were no avenues now, but to see these open up now for players who, you know, might have been playing at a higher tier or, you know, very capable of playing at that tier to have an option or another league to compete in, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's definitely is a lot of fun to get to watch some of these college rivalries kind of transfer over to esports. And again, we appreciate all of you for tuning in. Again, if you're enjoying the commentary, give us a follow. I know that Evan does some work for Mountain Dew League and also does some work for some other events as well in Canada
I'm all
in particular.
over the place.
And then people don't know me. I've done a lot of work for DreamHack last year. I worked for E-League back in 2016, as well as different stuff for like PGL and Gfinity and different things. So I've been around the open circuit and the CSGO pro scene for a while. So yeah, we'd appreciate your support on there as well. We appreciate all of you guys hanging out in chat, making a community out of this and having a good time. But looks like we are finally getting back in game.
And was that pause, that technical timeout, detrimental to this UCR push here? 8-1, and we see the off now switch from Ecstasy to Jaco.
Yeah, they were kind of juggling it around on train as well. So it might just be based on spawn or feel or just like the tactic they're trying to run, but they're definitely going to do just a heavy B execute. Everyone's here on the platform. Everyone's looking to pounce on B. There's 3 players here playing back towards statue, back towards drop, playing a little bit more passive angles, just trying to see if they can land their shots, but one's already been taken out, and Jaco will follow it up with a pick of his own as well. And so it's looking pretty good right now for UC Davis to finally put another T round on the board. In fact, Smooth's already committed just to saving his M4, it looks like. He's way out in the middle. As I said it, though, he starts going through D-lore like he's maybe still considering it, but I feel like they're still setting up for exits at this point. Retaking now, too difficult. We'll just save their guns.
Much needed UC Davis round comes to play here. 5 people alive as well. That's exactly what they want. We see some exits out of the AM Smooth here, as he is pushed up towards that B halls area. Ooh, maybe. Peek it. Peek it. Shouldn't have peeked it.
Oh, I love that.
Nonetheless, they are able to buy up, no problem. And that's because of that 8-1 lead. They built that economy up to that point where they needed it to get to, you know, if a gun round does go the way of UC Davis, they don't even feel it. And that's exactly what happens right now. UC are right back in it.
So can UC Davis streak together another in a row? Can they mount the comeback? Has this pause that happened given them some time to think things through? They're going to go for this heavy B hit again.
Oh.
Good flash onto Jewel as well. That allows CK84 an easier time on the entry. We'll start cracking open this B bomb site. But intense.
Oh my gosh, he mollied out his teammates now.
What's happened?
Oh no.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that's rough. But Ecstasy with the flank drop down room still able to get a couple of kills towards the rock, which leaves Punchi all alone trying to flank long B, but Jaco is wise to it. And so UC Davis, they do streak together 2 rounds in a row.
Now that money. Oof. Are we going to see a force buy up from the UCR side? I think they will probably drop pistols. Or is it going to be a full save here? Yeah, pistols being dropped, maybe a little bit of armor on the field. But this is UC Davis's shot now to come back into this game.
Indeed, they've finally broken the economy of UCR, who are now just on some CZs of UMP, P250. So definitely a chance here for UC Davis to keep gaining ground on their opponents. Again, they were the ones who won Mirage in the opening map and looks really good, particularly Ecstasy. They had like 35 kills in that game. And then it all just kind of went into the dumps on that old train. And so that's why we're here now. But they've won a couple rounds in a row. Maybe getting their footing back. That nade didn't do any help for Punish. Punchi. These names are rough, man. I'm just going to put that one out there.
I mean, I've casted some European games.
I'm also sick of all these weeboo avatars everyone has. Like, what is this?
Okay. Listen, we're going to need to get you a podcast, all right? There's a lot you seem to want to say right now, bud.
Okay, look
almost,
at this.
dude.
Look at these CZ kills.
Oh my
I got
gosh.
another one. 3 different CZ kills from 3 different players. Gives them a chance in this round. It's a 2-on-2. It got really chaotic really quick in this B-bomb site.
Oh no.
And now it's just Jayco at the op. If you were to lose it like this. Oh. He doesn't see it. Oh, that's a crazy round from UCR. Wow. I thought that round was pretty much a done deal. They were broken big time economically, but then
that's
with
a
the
testament
pistols.
to the. You're seeing these players go out full utility, Molotovs, flashbangs. They're only using a limited amount of their resources here and expecting a full outcome, and it's not working out in their favor. UC Davis need to pay more attention to their nades, how to efficiently use them, when to efficiently use them, because that round could have been all avoided if one Molotov just came off the back of the E-box area and landed into that pizza.
Very true. We're going to see a little bit of a long A push taking place up here, but a good kill from Punchi and also an Incendiary will really slow that down. In the meantime, Intense blows his chance at a kill at drop-down room, but luckily OK Chris was able to get the trade.
Pull them
now
back
it's a
to
3-on-3.
Pull your team back to B. Great call. That's exactly what's going to happen here. Ecstasy now making that call to his teammates, and you're seeing that rotation come in. That's going to be a B site. Ooh, a little bit of a flub smoke, though, however. And if he's going to be able to communicate that to Alex, they should be able to re-smoke that door. And crisis averted.
Yeah, it seems like UCR are wise to what's going on here. They already have Chris in drop-down room. Jules already in connector as well, and Smooth's already on a long B flank. And they try to cross the bomb in sight, and Jewel hits it with the scope. Luckily, Ecstasy was already in the site and is able to pick up the fallen bomb and plant it pretty quickly, but they know exactly where he is. Chris using that to his advantage to work his way in closer up sidewalk. Gonna be able to get the angle, does die, but this flank from Smooth at long B is great. The flash was perfect, and he'll get it. That's gonna put UCR to double digits.
We saw that flub smoke, and that was about, what, a 15-second buffer right there of a flub smoke that allowed that door to be open. Alex with a full nade set. I mean, once again, we're talking about utility usage and how to use it efficiently. I mean, your teammate tells you, you know, maybe he didn't tell you that the door smoke was missing. Well, fair enough, that sucks, that's on him. But if you did know, well, why not instead, if you don't know that lineup, just right-click the smoke across the site, get across safely rather than trying to jump. I mean, if you think there's someone there, don't assume, take the extra precaution. You know what I mean? Exactly, right? It's something that I like to, don't assume, just take the extra precaution. Ooh, great aggressive peek.
Yeah, drop-down room control being taken, though, still by the T side, so not too shabby, though. There are a couple of players a little bit low on HP, if we're being honest. That makes them a little bit more vulnerable to the remaining 4 CTs who are still present.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Like, no one from the CT side is, like, really paying attention. They're just getting caught completely off guard by these UC Davis members, particularly the player in drop-down room, Jayco with the MAC-10 cutting off that connector rotation. And now Smooth must just save the AK.
Yeah, Jewel was actually towards that statue holding that platform area, and he did the whole, I thought I shot, but I didn't shoot quick switch. And that actually allowed the B platform player out. He opened up onto a guy in the back of the site thinking that Jewel was going to be able to pick up that frag. And now UC Davis moving into that drop area, very easy site take as they just simply swarm on that opper who's now pinned between drop and the platform. Great little round from UC Davis. 10-4 will be our scoreline going into next round.
Yep, so just one round left to play here in this half. UCR's already gotten a pretty solid lead, but we've seen a little bit of life out of UC Davis in the last 5 or so. They've won 3 out of the last 5 rounds, so definitely finally getting a little bit of something going. It all came after that pause, which wasn't even on their own accord. It was like a player from their opposite team had a PC issue, which allowed them to have that extra time to kind of regroup, and it's certainly, you know, been a worthwhile investment, so to speak, even though, again, it wasn't even their call. Just how the chips fell, and they're benefiting from it.
All right, last round of the half here, and UC Davis, once again, opting towards that B bomb site. They've completely changed up their default now. We saw that A side being worked very early on, and now opting for the B here. Unfortunately, though, I don't think the B's been as favorable to them.
Yeah, they've won a couple, like one round here, so, and they haven't run very many rounds in general, so I don't know. It's hard to say. Definitely long B executes are a staple of T-side Cobblestone, I feel like. For many teams, that's where you see a lot of rounds go. It's typically how teams are successful, is doing things like this, so you'd hope that that's where they get rounds, but they actually just kind of make presence and fall off, which they definitely caused a nice rotation to this side of the map, so
100%.
Mission accomplished.
And with that, look at how fast they're taking advantage of it, as they've already come up through that mid. Unfortunately, though, now with that slowdown of the tempo from the UC Davis side, we most likely will see those rotations starting to roll in, and that's exactly what's happening as Punchy making his way to the balcony area, and Tense following suit. 4 people have made their way over to A.
Indeed. So they're getting right back where they need to be right as the actual execute comes in. So really no harm, no foul on the early shift to B. As OK, Chris slips through the smoke at the door, gets caught on his way down the mid-slope. But UCR, the Cannons player, it's Smooth, the anchor, the one who's been here the whole time, he delivers.
He's going to be able to get bombed down. No. Charge.
No, he's
there
not.
it is. That's the round.
That's it.
Doesn't need to go for it. Great job there from Punchy to force that fight. We are seeing... Maybe. I mean, was that what UC Davis needed? That little round, that little momentum changer? I don't think it'll be enough here. UCR, I mean, going on to T-side Cobble. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard, Dust.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, like, T-side typically is favored on this map, like, in a very general sense. So,
yeah.
you're certainly liking how things are playing out so far for UCR. That is for sure. And what a crazy way to think about things. Because, I mean, remember, it was, like, UC Davis super strong on map 1 on Mirage. Ecstasy, dropping 35 kills. You know, obviously, we don't have that much familiarity with all these teams, and so we can really go off of what we see, and it was looking really good. And then, all of a sudden now, UCR is kind of taking over.
Well, as far as our producer told us, I mean, he told us, hey, this is going to be a great matchup in front of you, and he wasn't wrong. This is exactly what it is. Right here is... perfect. Team wins the first map, second map's a blowout. Now moving on to this third map, can UCR finish what they started now? Or is UC Davis going to retake that third map for the win? I mean, oof. And remember, guys, if you're new here, if this is your first time watching AVGL, we are in, I believe, our third season of this. I'm the new guy joining on the third season, here. But there is an offline final that these teams are playing for. So this isn't only bragging rights online or, you know, high fives. This is an offline finals with a cash prize at the end. So both these teams fighting for something.
Yep, again, this will be broadcasted every Sunday and Tuesday night for the next couple of months. So do follow up on Twitch and catch these broadcasts as we get live into the second half. UCR wasting no time, just running up middle, but look at Ecstasy playing the fence here, doing great work.
Look at this flank from Intense, though. Now he's pinching on these CT players towards the A side, and that's going to force him to take the seats onto Chris now, who's on that A ramp.
Oh, and this player's right below low HP. Does catch a glimpse of him and gets the kill. Jayco not able to get out of the way. So now it's all on Ecstasy. He's done a lot of work already. Wow. He would need to ace to win this round. He's already on his way to it. Just needs to find this last kill onto Intense. This is Intense, in fact, and he does get the ace. Oh my goodness. Ecstasy's back. He's got 21 kills in this game, but he is hard carrying. Like, someone else from UC Davis needs to step up and help this man out.
21 frags on this man's back.
Yep, we've only played 16 rounds. Remember, he had 35 on map 1, so he's definitely been the best player on the server, hands down. Fragging.
I think he's looking for a 70 frag type of game right now. 70 frags over 3 maps.
Yep.
Damn. The only other person I've seen do that, Nico, obviously, and my buddy Android did it in a loss.
I'm pretty sure Simple and some others have probably done it on a fair amount of times.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nonetheless, though, out the connector window now, and Cassie just trying to clean up in that drop area, but he's going to get taken down by Intense, and that B bomb site being pushed on by UCR here.
Yeah, this is rough. It would really hurt UC Davis to get reset now, but look at Alex just pop off right now. That's huge individual play from him. Really saves the day. It looked like they were possibly going to get reset, but Alex tees off with 3 kills, and so someone does next to Ecstasy, give this team a real shot.
You don't see that too often. When the terrorists generally get into that drop area, pick up 2 frags on the B site, I mean, it's not really on the CTs to hold at that point. It's on the CTs to stay alive, right? Alex, though, wow, great individual effort from that statue area, picking up, I believe, 3 frags on his own there.
Yeah.
To keep his team in the game, and now UCR on that full eco, going to be plowing through that A-halls. This should be an easy round, as we are going to hear that call being made, and now Ecstasy, he's going to just frag out.
Indeed. UCR just trying to run in and hope that they can at least get a bomb plant here with these pistols, but I mean, it's just too easy for the CTs. All these rifles and SMGs, no way this plant.
Oh my gosh.
It does get planted. Holy cow, how in the world? I mean,
like
that's mission accomplished right there. Who cares? They got mowed down. That's all they wanted, and they got it.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Ecstasy unfortunately could not pick up those kills fast enough. That's all it was. He needed to frag out there, and it was on him to frag out there. It wasn't too difficult. Glocks, no armor. Unfortunately, as far as I'm concerned, UCR, like you said, mission accomplished. They won that round. They got the bomb down. They're going to get a Krieg on the field. I'm following Punchi the rest of this game, this round.
Okay.
See what he's able to do here. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
We are going to see him kind of just post up watching a long A push for now, but now I'll leave it to you to handle the rest of the observations of Punchi's Krieg work, as we see the rest of the team is gathered up over here towards B lobby. They have the bomb with them as well. So again, all is pretty normal at this point. You're kind of seeing what you normally see. Oh, XC does have that Faded Zebra M4A4, the original. That's a real throwback skin. Real
Does he?
throwback.
Oh, look at that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
It's like the first skin that ever came out.
Thing's a legend in its own right.
Indeed. Anyway,
that drop take.
Looking for that drop take. Yeah, like you said, 3 players stacked here. Definitely have the utility to make something dangerous happen here over in drop down room. Molotov's coming down.
Oh,
Jaco
no.
peeks. Probably wishing he didn't now, as he has been eliminated from this round. They've also pushed another player out towards connector. Gives him that space to get in, but Kazi repicks a little bit later on with an SMG and does take down Jules, so at least they keep it into a 4-on-4, but here comes the rest execute out long B. Smooth with the entry onto Alex, though. So they will be able to get in here and potentially get the bomb planted. There are a couple of CTs in the area, but smokes are up. Good cover here. He is going to go ahead and get that plant down. UC Davis just focusing on trying to make the retake work. But the flank at long B has been caught. That's a big catch to get so early on in the retake process. It's kind of your trump card being taken away from you before it even gets rolling. But the rest of the team is still doing pretty well. They've got it back into reasonable territory, but it just trades back and forth that eventually goes the way of UCR, thanks to Smooth in particular. 12-7.
The money on the UC Davis side, however, is looking a lot... I mean, it's looking a lot similar to the UCR side. That economy's actually hit a neutral point, I should say, to the point where whoever's going to win this round, they're going to force the other team onto the eco, or we're going to see another team full save. So this is a big round now coming out. We're going to... I mean, this round could determine UCR's T side if they win this.
Yeah, if UCR wins this, money is going to be in the dumps for UC Davis, and they're basically in kind of a force buy
driver's spot.
For the rest, yeah, just you have to just keep buying and buying and buying at that point just to have a chance. So this is really a key round in this game to see how things will go. Oh, Chris. What a shot Ecstasy. Yeah, he got past that incendiary. Like you said, gets the kill, and he knows there's one up close as well.
One more.
That too. Chris is just popping off right now in this round.
And that's going to force CK to just get out of there.
Oh, yeah. No chance. It's just the timing, man. Like, it feels so good to catch a timing on a nade, like when you beat a smoke or you get past an incendiary. Something that CTs are relying on so much to stop you, and you just get past it, and they just don't really realize it, and you could just go off. Like, it's just such a great feeling I'm sure Chris had there.
100%, and that's going to allow UCR, like we were talking about, to be in this driver's seat, as we're going to see UC Davis with no money whatsoever, as not only are they reset economically, but I mean, it's not even like you can say, let's force up. With it being this late into the game now for UCR, if you force up and lose that round, oof, it starts to get scary. As I mean, that's 14 now that UCR would be getting, and then you have to save. UCR gets 15, and at a 15-7 scoreline, you're going to need to win out. So, I mean, we most likely will see the full save from UC Davis.
I don't know. I feel like they might be tempted to buy around it because they do have one
They bought.
rifle.
I think they're buying.
Yeah, the
Ecstasy.
armor bought. M4 being passed to Ecstasy.
Never mind. Wait, what? Okay, so a little bit of armor, not really
They
a lot
basically
of
bought
money.
down to keep money kind of even.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they gave Ecstasy the M4 because he's their star player and he's been knocking heads off a lot.
Sure.
So
For sure.
might as well give your best player the best chance. That's something that actually tilts me a lot about pro play. Pro players won't do that a lot of the time. They'll just keep on whoever had it. Either way, UCR not having too much trouble finding the kills in this round. They've already gotten that M4 down, in fact, and it's really not in a position to be recycled, it looks like. A site has been taken. CK84 does get a kill, though. It catches someone in middle being a little bit late to the party, and he'll be able to kick an AK for his troubles. Does have armor as well, so that there's a small little chance he might get something going, but it's pretty unlikely.
He's made his way up middle here. Being at that headshot angle, I mean, that's a good spot to be in to pick up some very easy kills. Unfortunately, now with that intention, he's going to get spotted. The terrorists just have to play that post-plant scenario. Unfortunately, CK84 all but done here. Ooh, gets himself one more, but he's going to hightail it out of there. Recovers a Molotov as well, and look at what he... What? Oh.
Thanks
Yeah, I
for
was going to say he got out of there with a full nade set, but he dropped the smoke behind him. Nonetheless, though, look at what he's pulled off this round in this eco. AK, he's got the full nades. I mean, he's doing all right.
So it is 14-7. UCR just a couple of rounds away from locking up a win in the season opener here in 2018 for AVGL, for CSGO.
Yeah.
Coming from behind as well. They were 0-1 in the series after losing Mirage.
You gotta love it if you're a UCR fan, right? What an exciting night for your Sunday matches.
Yeah, again, like one of the talking points of the series has been that UCR's team play and frag distribution has been way tighter, whereas UC Davis has been really relying on Ecstasy, and you're starting to see the pros and cons of that approach, as UCR is just swinging through B so fast. We've catching those players way off guard.
Let's go.
And my goodness, UC Davis players are just, they're just like getting torn like a wet paper bag right now. It is not looking good. Ecstasy is just got to save.
Yeah, and fortunately Ecstasy, maybe in 1.6, but not in CSGO. 1v5s don't happen every day.
No. Can't. I mean, he's been good, but this is asking too much. So it will be 15-7. Series point for the Highlanders of UC Riverside.
Exciting night. Exciting first night here, I should say.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun.
Ecstasy pushing for that 30 ball.
Yeah, but these B executes have been swift and effective from UCR here. Again, just one round away from ending the night with a good mark on their record. And I feel like some of these California teams are like some of the stronger ones probably in the league, because I know that they've been the ones that have adopted esports programs quicker. They have like local LAN tournaments. Like apparently UC Riverside won a LAN at like another school in California earlier today against some other like UC teams. So
yeah, I don't really know too much about the leagues. I only know about Robert Morris. Them being the really big first early adopters of esports.
yeah, but I think UCI and some of the other teams in California were also in that way. And hold the phone, because it looks like this round's pretty much done. There's a quick A attack this time. The entry's pretty clean. There's a couple of CTs left. Make that now just one. Kazi with the MP9 catches a nade in his teeth, and that is it. GG, UCR, Intense, OK, Chris, Smooth, Jewel, Punchi, They will be winning their season opener against their fellow UC Padres over at UC Davis. So congrats to them. It was a fun game. It was a great night. But UC Riverside are the victors today.
Yeah, definitely didn't see that coming, especially after the first map. Thought UC Davis was the better team. But Riverside showing that teamwork will outplay any all-star right there, and it shows. Phenomenal job from Ecstasy, though. You can't hold anything against that player. You did a great job, but it was not enough. UCR, great way to start the season, in my opinion.
Indeed. So again, thanks everyone for tuning in. If you enjoyed yourself, please do hit that follow button. We will be back on Tuesday night with another broadcast here for the AVGL for CSGO, and we'll be doing it every Sunday and Tuesday on this very channel all through the rest of this month and all through March, leading up to our offline finals in April. So we hope that you'll join us for those broadcasts. Also, again, if you enjoy the commentary, you can follow Evan and I on Twitter. Our Twitters are up there on screen for you right now. And again, one final shout out to one of our partners here in Respawn. Make sure you check out respawnproducts.com. Affordable gaming chairs from a company that has been doing furniture business for a very long time. So definitely be sure to check them out. Lots of options for you to check out, and they're helping make this league happen. So you got to give them some props for that. And without further ado, we will be signing out for tonight, but we'll see you next time. Thanks so much again, and we'll catch you in the next broadcast.